All right. I think you should see me live now. All right. All right, chat. Uh welcome guys welcome to the stream, ninjas. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I should be good quality. Uh let me double check on here. Okay. Let me. All right, Bills, I'll get off with you. All right, bro. Thanks. All right, let's see here, chat. We should be live. We should be live. All right, we're live on Fresh and Fit, I see. Let me see if we're live on. All right, let's see here, chat. All right, good audio. Cool. Great. Let me see Myron Gaines X. All right. Cool. All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the goddamn stream. Okay, I think we're good now. Finally, you guys should be getting good audio. You guys should be getting good video. We're good on everything, I think. So let me just go ahead and I'll fix the video for y'all one time. What's up, guys? Welcome to the holy man. Okay, I think we're good now. Finally. I'll just adjust this a little bit for you guys. Bam. We're good on everything, I think. So, all right. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for the delay, man. But we should be good now. Got the internet back on point. Had to do a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, but I think we're good now. Welcome to the stream, just welcome to the stream. We got a lot to talk about today. All right. Day 3 of the Diddy trial. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Okay, since we're treating this like a brand new stream, I'm gonna go ahead and cover some of the stuff. Hold on one sec. Okay, yeah, better quality now. I'm looking at this. Echo? Nah, y'all should not be hearing no echo, bro. You guys should not be hearing echo. Give me / in the chat if you guys are okay. There we go. Raise that up a little bit. Give me / in the chat if everything is good, guys. Give me / in the chat if everything is good. Okay. Give me / Yeah, I'm moving the camera up too. Give me All right. I see a bunch of / Cool. All right. Cool. All right, guys. So we'll get right into it, man. Sorry, guys, for the delay. We had some technical difficulties. We fixed it though. We got the internet up. We got the stream up. We're good now. So, welcome. Happy to have you ninjas in here. All right, so we're gonna go into the trial day 3. Again, recap day 1. They brought in Officer Flores, who now is an LAPD officer, but was a security guard at the Intercontinental Hotel back in 2016. He was a big witness that talked about when you guys saw the infamous CNN video of Diddy grabbing Cassie, throwing her down, hitting her, all that other stuff. They brought him in for questioning, and then they also brought in a guy named Phillips, who was a stripper that basically was hooking up with Cassie for a couple of years. And this guy was hired as a stripper, ended up becoming an escort, hooked up with her. Diddy would be there in the back watching. Then Cassie took the stand yesterday. So the first day was the first 2 witnesses, the security guard, then the stripper. The stripper went into day 2. Then Cassie took the stand day 2, and then she took the stand again day 3. And the government finished their direct examination on her today. Okay, so let me just move this a little bit this way. Okay. So they finished her cross-examination today, guys. Excuse me, her direct examination. She's going to have cross-examination tomorrow. We're going to talk about what they were talking about during the cross-examination in a little bit. So, okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead and get into day 3 here. Okay, of what went down on that day, right? What went down on day 3. So the first thing is, so the judge walked in at about 9 o'clock, 9:10 in the morning. Diddy was wearing an oatmeal sweater. I was actually in there, guys. I got into the actual courtroom, as you guys know. The first 2 days, I did not get into the courtroom. The third day, I got into the courtroom. I saw Diddy himself, shorter than I thought he would be. He's a lot darker than I thought he would be, too. Hair is fully gray, pretty much. Has a little bit of black spots, but for the most part, it's completely gray. The man's 55 years old, so I'm not surprised. His kids were there. His family was there. They were in the front row. As you guys know, it is very difficult to get into the main courtroom because the marshals pretty much don't let you in if you weren't there in the morning. You got to pay spotters to sit there for you and wait. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy. It's a zoo. There's hundreds of reporters there from all over the world. I told you guys this yesterday. There was people from Kazakhstan, people from Spain, people from Canada, people from Australia, people from all over the world are here. Every YouTuber that does court cases is here. It's absolutely crazy. All the bloggers are here. So, so yeah, it's nuts, guys. How many people were here? So, that's something to keep in mind. So, the other thing also is when I got in there, the first thing I did actually was I looked at the law enforcement. Okay, as you guys know, HSI New York is running this case, Homeland Security Investigations, HSI. I used to be an HSI agent myself, as some of you may or may not know that are new to the channel. So for me, it was really cool to be there and be able to see where the HSI agents were. Very weird setup, though, guys, in the courtroom. So the way the courtroom is set, the judge is in front, and then in front of him is a table. The prosecutors are sitting there. There's 6 prosecutors, all females. Okay. Then behind them, they have the first uh, table of defense attorneys. Okay, half the table is defense attorneys. The other half, the case agent is there. Okay, I figured out who the case agent was today, by the way, as well. So again, judge first, then first table is AUSAs. Second table, half the table is defense. Then the other half is the case agent with maybe someone else from HSI. Then after that is the full defense table, and Diddy's at the third row. Okay, and behind Diddy sits 2 marshals behind him, and then there's another 2 marshals to his left hand side. Okay, so it's a weird setup. Normally, it's supposed to be defense on one side, prosecution on the other. But in this one, it's prosecution, half defense, half case agent. And as you guys know, the case agent is the person that's running the investigation from the criminal investigator side that's supplying the AUSAs with all the evidence. Then behind that is the defense. Very weird setup. It's a very narrow courtroom, so it kind of makes sense. And then there's 4 marshals there that I could identify, just from their mannerisms and stuff like that. I could tell that they were marshals. 2 behind Diddy and then 2 to his left. And then there was another guy next to one of the marshals that works for the defense team. Okay, so if you guys can visualize that, a little bit weird. Not gonna lie to you guys, a bit unorthodox, but hey, it is what it is. And then his family sits on the front row. He looked back a couple of times, blew kisses to his kids. He would go like this with them after the trial was done. So, he's obviously showing a little bit of strength and resilience here, because some crazy stuff is going on. If you guys saw my podcast yesterday or my stream yesterday, I went over the intimate details, very intimate details of what Cassie said on the stand. A lot of it is pretty graphic, guys. It's actually incredible. Everything from freak offs with a bunch of other men to then, ejaculating on her or in her, and then him taking the semen and putting it on him. Very strange stuff. Cassie dressing up, jumping in, inflatable pools of, Astroglide and baby oil, making a Diddy directing the sex scenes, telling them that they need to be glistening with baby oil. Absolutely crazy stuff, man. Absolutely crazy stuff. Also, another thing, Cassie, when she was there, her husband was there. I saw him, I saw her mom, and I saw her brother. Okay. The testimony that she gave today, I could see how difficult it was on her family. We're going to get into that as well. So crazy. And then also, there was a group of HSI agents that are there just for security. And I noticed them, they're in the back. They sit in the back, right hand side. And I was actually chopping it up with them and talking with them. Really nice guys, super professional. Obviously, with a high state case like this, it makes sense. Cassie's obviously a famous person. She's scared for her life, so it would make sense why HSI is escorting her around. Because I noticed that they had a room off to the side whenever we weren't in court. They would take Cassie, bring her to the back room. AUSAs were there, HSI agents were there. There was like 5 of them, and they would they would provide, protection and security for her. So I assume they're the ones that are bringing her to and from court. And then when she's not on the stand, they're putting her back there. She's like 8 months pregnant, chat. So that's all. This all makes sense as to why, you know, why I guess they're doing this with a high profile case like this. This is the biggest case, guys, in hip hop history, I would say easily. I've heard, I'm listening to a lot of the reporters in there, and a lot of them are saying they've never seen a case with this many reporters there. It beats Tekashi 6ix9ine, it beats Jeffrey Epstein. Trump they said was crazy as well, but they said there's even more people for this than Trump, which is absolutely wild. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, guys. But courthouse is packed, wild. I got in the main room, which is lit. But yeah, so, and we got 2,000 you guys watching on Myron Gaines. Awesome. And then I think we got another, let me see here how many of you guys are watching on Fresh and Fit. And I'm going to be live here, guys, for a bit. We got another 600 on Fresh and Fit. And then we got a bunch of you guys watching on Rumble as well. So, shout out to all you guys. Love you, ninjas. Let me look if I can go in here. Let me see if I can go in here and monitor the chat. Did you get in because of the rain? I don't know why I got in, to be honest with y'all. Oh no, actually, excuse me. No, one of my guys hooked me up. A guy named Mel. I'm going to introduce you guys. I'm going to do a video with him tomorrow. He hooked me up. Shout out to him. I do have 2 phones. I have 2 phones, chat. I'm monitoring one here, and then monitoring this over here. So yeah, guys, like the video for me. We're live on all platforms. Live on Fresh and Fit. Live on Castle Club. Live on Rumble. Live everywhere. Okay, so let's get into it, guys. We talked about me getting in there, what I saw, the agents there, AUSAs. Obviously, this is a very unorthodox case. You don't normally see stuff like this, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so I go in there. Diddy's wearing an oatmeal sweater with some gray khakis. Hair's gray, darker than I thought, but he was, looking back and giving kisses to his family. Um, the there were the beginning part before they brought the jury in. They were talking about logistics of witnesses, cross exams, and direct. We're going to get into that a little bit later. The defense and the prosecution were arguing quite a bit about a bunch of different stuff. They also marked exhibits. There was quite a bit of discussion, guys, on showing some of the exhibits that were pornographic. So as you guys know, these freak off videos, the government had stills from the freak off videos that had Cassie, engaging in sexual activity. So they were making sure that they only showed what was required for the jury. And what ended up happening, chat, was they showed the images, but they did not show it to us. Only the jury and Cassie was able to see the pornographic images, the government exhibits. Okay, so we didn't see any of it. Also, the government and the defense spent a significant amount of time arguing about direct examination and cross examination. So you know what? I'll save this for the end because they brought this argument back up later on. But they spent a good amount of time in the beginning before they brought the jury in, guys. The defense and the prosecution were basically going back and forth, arguing 2 main things: the pornographic images, the government exhibits, how they would be shown, and then the second thing they were arguing was how the defense was going to approach Cassie on direct on cross examination. Okay, and as you guys know, cross examination, it was in the defense gets the ability to question the government witness. Direct examination is when the prosecution talks to the government witness. So in this case, it would be the AUSAs talking to Cassie. Cross examination is the defense talking to Cassie, okay, or a government witness for that matter. Give me one sec, Judge, just so I can make sure I can monitor the sound. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into it. So 9:55. So we start. The judge walked at 9:10. We started the court actually at 9:55. We actually started the court hearing. They brought the jury in, etc. So Cassie comes in. First thing they did was they handed Cassie 2 drives that she had initialed, which had a lot of the evidence on it, right? Then they went into, and then the jury makeup as well. 18 total, a white male. So row 1 of the jurors, a white male, black woman, white older woman, white male, black male. Then row 2, older black female, white woman, or no, black woman, white woman, black woman, black man, black woman, white woman, um, Indian male, and then on row three there was a black man, black woman, Hispanic woman, white woman. So yeah, it was a very mixed bunch when it comes to the jury. There's whites, there was an African dude on there, Hispanic, very mixed, like pretty diverse. So I don't know why the defense was complaining about them taking off black people. Next was they went into Cassie's name, right? They went into Cassie's nicknames. So Cassie uses nickname Jackie Star and Veronica Bang. Okay, those were two of the names that she uses. Um, they asked so she said, did he ask her more than once, 6 to 8 times to make sure that whenever she brought these escorts around that they weren't a cop. Okay, so the prosecution was interested whenever Cassie would hire these escorts to come in and meet them, she would ask them if they were police. And Diddy always made sure to make sure that she asked that. So what she did, what she would ask about, like, hey, are you not a cop? I'm not a cop, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of how she vetted the escorts when they came out. Crude, but it got done. Next, they asked her, "Did you ever hit Diddy?" She said she never hit Diddy back at the Intercontinental. She fought back earlier in the relationship, but whenever she fought back, he would fight back even harder. So she stopped fighting him back. And then today we went over a lot of violence, guys. So be prepared. We're gonna get into some violence here when it comes to her and his relationship. Um, so they showed footage of the hood. They showed footage of the hotel again. Diddy took her phone. You can see that Diddy takes her phone from her. Diddy threw the vase and he was yelling at her as well. If you guys haven't seen that CNN footage, I highly encourage you guys watch it. They played that quite a bit during her testimony. Um, Diddy told her she wasn't gonna leave when she wanted to go retrieve her stuff. This is back at the hotel on March 5th, 2016. Um, Diddy sent her a text saying for her to call him. Please call me. I got 6 kids. Please call me. Call now. She didn't return the calls, but after she had left, as you guys know, he chased her down, and then she went to get her stuff. Then she came back after the security guard was with her. Diddy kept calling her and texting her, and she didn't respond. Also, she mentioned one of the escorts that they frequented, a guy named Jules, was at the Intercontinental that day, which confirms what if you guys remember, the first day of testimony from the security guard, the first witness that came on was a guy named Officer Flores, who was the director of security over at the Intercontinental back then. He also confirmed that he saw a male in the room with Diddy when he went to, deal with the situation with him and Cassie. Um, then they went into exhibits and they showed pics. Okay, they showed a pic from after the altercation on March 5th, 2016. And in the photo, she had sunglasses because she claimed that she had a black eye underneath, though we didn't see the black eye. And her lips were swollen from the assault. And then Diddy messages her telling her to call him. The cops are here. You're gonna abandon me. Call me. I'm about to be arrested. If you don't pick up, you'll never hear my voice again. And this is again him texting her more after March 5th. So when she left, he texted her, and then he continued to text her after that, and she didn't respond. So later on that day, he went to her apartment. Remember, she had an apartment in LA at the time. Her best friend Carrie Morgan was there, saw her black eye and busted lip, and she called the police. So the LAPD shows up to look at Cassie, to look at the black eye and the busted lip. But she refused to tell them who assaulted her. The cops asked her, "Hey, who beat you? Who hit you?" And she didn't want to snitch on Diddy, so she didn't say anything. And they ended up leaving because obviously, if she's not going to tell them who it is, what are they doing there, right? Um, then let's see here. Um, so he came to the apartment. So Diddy came to the apartment later, and he tried to get inside. He was banging on the door, kicking the door, but they didn't let him inside. Her friend Carrie was there, and she was obviously very mad. But he didn't get inside that day. Then she went to Diddy's security that day, a guy named D-Rock, okay? And when the prosecution asked her, why did you go to D-Rock's house? She claimed that she stayed there with him and his family because she got along with D-Rock. He went there, he had a family and a wife. So she went there because he was the only one of the few people in LA that she trusted, but he was one of Diddy's security guards. But she said that she was close with him. Um, let's see here. And then they showed a picture a couple of days later of her wearing a gown and sunglasses in Diddy's bedroom. This is after March 5th. She was assaulted on March 5th. And then a couple of days later, if you guys remember, she had a movie premiere that she went to. And um, at this movie premiere, she had to wear makeup to cover up her black eye. And they showed pictures of her and Diddy on the red carpet for the movie premiere. And she had a bruise on her arm as well. We saw pictures of that. Um, that part, I guess she didn't have makeup to cover that part up. Let's see here. Um, the prosecution asked her, "Hey, was it normal for Diddy to show up at your house unannounced?" She said yes. He would bang the door. He would yell at her to open the door sometimes, and she wouldn't do it, depending on if she was scared. And then the photo that was taken at the premiere with Diddy, you can see a small bruise on her shoulder. She had makeup to cover her black eye because with the picture she looked good in it. But she said that she had to wear makeup to cover up the bruising of her black eye. So then they showed another photo of her with a green dress, and you can see a bruise on her shin. Okay, uh, me personally, I couldn't see it, but I could see like a little remnants of it when because I was kind of far away from the monitor. But they showed another picture because after they had so she went okay, so that happens March 5th, right? A couple of days later, she has her movie premiere. Okay, after the movie premiere, she puts on another gown, okay? And the gown that she had this time was shorter. It was a dress. They went to the after party, this green dress that she had on, and then the picture that you can see, she had a bruise on her shin, okay? So then we went into the escorts that hooked up with her. She had sex with 13 different escorts, Chad. Yes, 13. Okay. Um, one guy named Ash, another dude she didn't know the name, a black guy, another dude named Islander, another dude named Tommy, another dude that she didn't know the name, another dude named Skylar, another guy named Jake, another white guy that she didn't know the name of, a guy named Greg, a guy named Jonathan, another dude she didn't know the name of, another guy named Brian, and another guy named Ben. Now, multiple of these escorts worked for either that Garen guy that I told you guys about yesterday that helped her procure the escorts. Um, or Backpage, Craigslist, or dating websites. But yeah, literally a bunch of these dudes. It was, yeah, 13 different men. On top of the other guys, on top of the other guys that she hooked up with as well. So we're talking honestly, guys. I think throughout the course of this trial, we're talking about like almost 20 guys that 20 escorts that were mentioned in this trial. We don't even know all the other ones, but in this trial, roughly 20. Roughly 20. Yeah, some of them came from Backpage and Craigslist, and then most of them came from this guy named Garen, who ran this company called Cowboys and Angels. And basically, it was an escort service. Like they were strippers, but they were also escorts as well. So yeah, and it was crazy. I was looking at her husband when this was all going down. He was just sitting there stone faced, Chad. He was just sitting there stone faced, man. Bro, it's crazy. Anyway, carrying on. Um, how's the audio, by the way, guys? Give me O slashes if audio and video is good. If it's still good. Give me O slashes if audio and video is still good. Before I keep going on here. Give me O slashes. Everything is good with the audio and the video still. And we'll keep cooking. Some idiot said mediocre, but it's fine. Fuck you. Bro, this is a one-man show, man. And I don't know why the internet is being lame at the hotel now. Video cues work? Okay. All right. As long as the audio is good. Okay, so now let's get into June 26, 2016. Diddy messaged her, we have to have a proper freak off without K. And that was referring to ketamine because basically when she took the ketamine, she would kind of get out of it and it would make her very sick. But she liked ketamine. She said it was her favorite drug because it would help her disassociate better when they did the freak offs. But Diddy didn't like the way that she looked, that she would behave when she was on the ketamine because I guess she just couldn't perform as well. Um, Also, she didn't like kissing the escorts, but Diddy told her to do so anyway. let's see here. Next, Diddy threw her 29th birthday in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, or was it LA? She wanted it, so she had her 29th birthday. She wanted to do karaoke with her friends at a place called Blind Dragon. But Diddy, selfish person he is, tells her, "No, we need to do a freak off." So she goes to do karaoke with her friends, and he keeps calling her and bothering her to do the freak off. So she eventually left her karaoke on her birthday early to do the freak off on her 29th birthday. Um, and she got pulled off. So uh, and then basically she brought up Diddy would bring up the freak offs to blackmail her, and he always threatened that he would release the freak off videos to embarrass her. Um, Also on July 22nd, 2013, she messaged Diddy to please delete the stuff off of his phone. Diddy claimed to have deleted them, even though he didn't. Okay. Then we took a break. And then, so there was text messages from March 9, 2014, and she uses the name Pop Pop for him. As you guys remember, she uses the name Pop Pop, because that's what her grandfather used and that's what he wanted, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so she gets word from this guy named Sojit that he heard that there were sexually explicit videos of her. Okay, so she meets up with Soja and DJ Wookid to talk about the explicit videos. Diddy, when she tells Diddy, "Hey, this guy Soja and DJ Wookid are talking about explicit videos," and Diddy messaged her back not to let them out of her sight. Okay, so she went from Atlantic City to New York City with this Soja guy. They were coming back from a party, and then they sat down and they had a discussion with Diddy and all these people about whatever. Um, and then after, and that's, I guess that's the first instance where people found out about these freak out videos, was this guy Sojit and DJ Wookid, but I guess it got killed. I guess Diddy might have intimidated them or whatever, and it didn't get out there. Um, and then she mentioned how after a freak off with Diddy, they take IVs, they go get food. They had chefs that would cook for them, and they would get massages. She was talking about how they would recover after freak offs. I guess they'd, yeah, DJ Wookid chat. Yep, DJ Wookid. Let's see here. She also mentioned how she was addicted to opiates. Opiates. They made her feel numb. She got frequent UTIs. She did freak offs with her UTIs, guys, and it was very painful for her. She also mentioned how she got sores in her mouth and UTIs, and she still got forced to do these freak offs. Um, she would feel really weird and achy after freak offs and dehydrated. She felt empty after the freak offs and gross with herself, especially if she didn't spend time with Diddy after. As you guys know, she would do the freak offs if she spent time with Diddy after, but if she didn't, she said she would feel really empty. But yeah, bro, UTIs and sores in her mouth. Shit's crazy, bro. And I was like looking at her husband when this was all going down. I was like, holy, man, that's tough. That is tough. Um, let's see here. But carrying on. And also, guys, do me a favor. Like the video for me, guys, please. I'd appreciate it if you didn't just like the video. Uh, let's see here. What else do we got? Okay. She said that also that Diddy would take her to sex clubs. Okay, so they didn't just do freak offs chat. They went to sex clubs, and these sex clubs apparently were clubs that had rooms in them where you can go and have sex, and that's where he kind of exposed her and told her about the swinger lifestyle. Um, she said that she would go, but she didn't want to go. One time they went to a sex club and they brought Jules. Jules is one of the main escorts that they used. And Jules brought a chick with him. She took drugs there, GHB and ecstasy. She would have sex with Diddy and Jules at the sex clubs. The prosecutor then asked her, "Hey, did you want to ever have sex with Jules?" She said no. And she drank a lot of the sex clubs to kind of numb herself from the pain. Um, then the prosecution went into asking her if there were times that she tried to leave freak off. She said yes, she did try to leave freak offs a few times. She claimed that time at the Intercontinental was one of the times she tried to leave. She said that she has been injured at freak offs before. And she also mentioned how Diddy had put her hands on her and beat her up before. Escorts have seen her get hit. Jules is one of the main escorts that have seen her get beat. Um, and she knew that and you know they wouldn't do anything, but you know after the beating would happen, you know, the escorts would pull her to the side and ask her if she was okay and stuff like that, but they didn't actually do anything to stop it. Pussies, I guess. And the prosecutor then asked her, "Hey, when Diddy would beat you, where would he hit you? What cities did he attack you in?" And he beat her in New York City, Los Angeles, and Miami. Okay, so that obviously is very important for establishing interstate nexus. Give me one sec, guys. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Give me one sec. Oh shit, I got water right there. And then let me see if I can turn this light off. Maybe turning the light off will make the quality better for you, ninjas. Give me one sec. Maybe this will make it better. Let me know if that makes it better. I got some water right here. Turn the light off. Hopefully that helps. 'Cause I think it's a lighting issue. Anyway, let's keep going. Because I look kind of orange in the fucking video. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. So he put hands on her in New York City, Los Angeles, Miami. That's very important, guys, as you guys know, for establishing interstate nexus. Um, she also mentioned how she went to a gay club with her friend Deontay Nash. They showed a picture of Deontay Nash. It's called the Abbey Gay Club. I think this was in LA. And then she said after they went to the gay club, they came back and they were packing for Uvio Fest, aka Drex Festival in Toronto, with her friend Maya and Deontay. Diddy came over. She was asleep. I guess she didn't pack fast enough. He got mad. He attacked her. Her friends jumped on Diddy. Okay, so they started attacking Diddy for hitting her. Mia and Deontay. Um, and Diddy threw her on the bed frame, and she got a big gash on her left eyebrow. And they showed a photo in the court. And what I will tell you guys is when I saw the photo, it was pretty bad. She had a big gash on her left eyebrow right here when they showed the photo, and it was like pretty deep in, and you can see that like the cut actually going in there. After this happened, um, Diddy sent her to a plastic surgeon's office. He sent her to a plastic surgeon he knew. D-Rock went with her, and he arranged for it. She sent a photo on August 5th, 2013 to Diddy and said, so you can remember at 11:48 a.m. So basically after he did that shit to her, a couple of days later, she sent a picture of the busted eye gash on her left eyebrow. And I think she still has that scar to this day, Chad. So absolutely wild stuff. Let's see here. What else we got? And guys, if you're gonna, I got access to, I also got access to stream elements now, so I can actually see your guys' chats when you send them in on MyronGainsX.com. So if you send in a chat on MyronGainsX, I can actually see them now, guys. So feel free to donate on there, or if you want to donate on Rumble Rant or on Castle Club, whichever you guys choose. Um, Regardless, however you choose to support, I appreciate it. As you guys know, this channel is demonetized, so we're doing it for the love of the game, baby. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. She went to the plastic surgeon's office. She sent him the photo of her eye gash. Did he send her a message back? You don't know when to stop. So he didn't even apologize. He just said, you just don't know when to quit, huh? So next, they showed her a picture. They showed a picture of her and French Montana at the Uvio Fest, and you can see in the picture she's sitting there with her legs crossed, and she has her hair covering the left side of her face. She kind of styled her hair in a way so it covered the left side of her face so that you wouldn't see the scar. They then went to the Hamptons. She got a motel there for a freak off because Diddy wanted the freak off. So they go from he bust her head right after she went to the skate club with her friends, and he got in an argument with her. He was mad that she didn't pack fast enough for the Uvio Fest. They go to Uvio Fest. They come back. They go to the Hamptons, and then he's pretty much is getting a freak off at the Hamptons hotel. Um, and she made it. She wanted it. He wanted it, and Dave was the escort in that one of their main. So there was two main escorts. I realized, guys, during the course of the situation, there was a guy named Dave and there was a guy named Jules. Those were the two main escorts that Diddy utilized. Okay, both black guys. Um, she said she blacked out and woke up in the shower nude. Dave and Diddy were freaking out, and they still continued to freak off after the fact because she took drugs and she blacked out. So she wakes up in the shower naked, doesn't know what's going on. And when they realize that she was okay, they're like, oh, okay, let's just go ahead and do a freak off Anyway, let's just go back to doing freak off. So these guys are crazy, bro. Totally like wild shit, man. Wild shit. It's like you got to get your rocks off, by any means necessary, I guess. Oh man, what the hell? Hold on, chat. I gotta kick some of these other Myron Gaines. I think I see a couple other like Myron Gaines in here. I don't know why. All right. All right, let me just close that shit. Bear with me, chat. I just want to make sure that it's not shitty. It's a little choppy. I think we're fine. Okay. So let's see here. So she blacked out. Okay, August 13th, 2013. Photo of eye gash healed up. She took another photo of the eye gash that she had healed up a bit. Um, Granted, she did go to a plastic surgeon, I think, for that. Her and Diddy got into another argument over her taking drugs from him. She stole some drugs from him, and they were in somewhere foreign, and they were hanging out on a yacht, and he kicked her off the yacht with without her shoes in the morning, and she had to leave and fly back. And when they flew back, I think it was in France. They were in France. When they were flying back from France, they were on a plane. They flew commercial, and she tried to not sit next to Diddy. Diddy sat next to her anyway, and basically he pulled out a laptop and started showing her the sex videos, the freak out videos, and said, "Hey, I can fuck you up and show these videos at any time." And then she said at that point she felt very trapped. They landed in New York City. They had dinner. Then Diddy wanted another freak off, and they did a freak off. This nigga's crazy, bro. So they get into arguments. So they're in France, right? They're on a boat with one of Diddy's like rich friends out there. She does some shit, pisses him off. He kicks her off the yacht. Then they fly back to New York shortly after that. They get on the plane. She defies him. He shows her videos of themselves on the laptop. Mind you, she thought these videos were deleted. He shows her the videos. Basically, they're still there, and says, "Hey, I can release these at any time." They get back to New York. They have dinner, and then the dude wants another freak off. Fucking wild. Crazy, man. Bro's a horn dog. Um, so let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. She told Diddy she did not want to do a freak off on multiple. So the AUSA asked her, "Hey, you guys do these freak offs often. Did you ever tell them that she didn't want to do them?" She said, "Yes, she didn't want to do freak offs multiple times." Cassie said she took Valium when she had anxiety to help her relax. It's similar to Xanax. Also, interesting thing that I made a note of. She sent Diddy a heartfelt message on Father's Day chat, saying that she loves him, he's a great dad, and all this other stuff. And when the prosecutor asked her, "Hey, why did you send that text?" She says she sent it because it was his birthday, or it was Father's Day when she sent this text. So I anticipate that the defense is going to attack her on that chat tomorrow. I anticipate they're going to really attack her pretty hard on that tomorrow. Let's see here. January 20th, 2017, she sent a message to Diddy. Nothing good comes out of freak offs. You treat me like Ike Turner. So the relationship started to get really bad, guys. 2017, 2018. They ended up breaking up in 2018. But they showed a text message from January 20th, 2017, where she basically told him, "Hey, nothing good comes from these freak offs." And then we took a break. 1:55 p.m. We got back into court session. Cassie took the stand again. It was AUSA Johnson that was questioning her on direct, by the way, guys. The blonde, it was a blonde AUSA, her name last AUSA Johnson. Anyway, so they showed images of Cassie. So after the break, and we came back from lunch, this is when they started showing images of Cassie with these escorts. Now, mind you, these images, we did not see them. Only the Cassie and the jury saw them. Nobody else saw the images, and these were pornographic images of her during these freak offs. Still images from the videos. So crazy, crazy stuff. Hold on, chat. Let me see if I can upgrade the. Hold on. Let me take a. I know what I'm gonna do. Let me go ahead and close out uh, the Rumble Studio and come back in, and you guys should be. You guys should. You guys should get better video here now in a second. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna fix this for y'all ninjas. Camera settings. Boom. Flip that shit. All right. Chat, let me know if that's better. Hopefully, you guys should get better quality. I just closed the app and opened it back up for you guys. Should be back better quality. Let me turn the light on. All right. Is that better, chat? Is that better video? Or is it still being trash? Is it better video now, chat? Got worse? Yeah, I think it's better now. I think it's better now. All right. Cool. All right. All right, cool. Let's keep cooking, chat. Let's keep cooking. All right. So so yeah, so they showed these images, okay? If you guys want to know, I actually wrote the exhibits down for you. It's government exhibit 602. Um, oil on Cassie, uh, standing taken during freak off, admitted under seal. X pieces of evidence did not show to us, only to Cassie and the jurors. So yeah, if you guys are interested, it was government exhibit 602A. That was the goon content for you ninjas. All right. So they asked her, hey, when did Diddy start getting violent? She said Diddy got violent in the first year from 2007, beginning of the relationship. Um, there was physical abuse. They asked her who saw the physical abuse. She named Malik Fahim, who was one of the security guards' assistants, security, Mia, a couple of these people. George Capron quit. D-Rock also saw her getting abused. She admitted to initiating some of the fights with Diddy, though. She did admit that she initiated some of the fights with Diddy, being a pain in the ass. Okay, the quality is way better now. Let's go. All right, we lit. Awesome. Okay, every time it drops like that, guys, I'm gonna go back and fix it for y'all ninjas, because the internet should be fucking super fast. Let's see here. So yeah, so she initiated to starting some fights with Diddy. So in the first year that they were together, from 2007 to 2008, the first instance of physical abuse was in a New York City restaurant. Diddy basically knocked her around in her car. Um, Security saw it. Diddy hit her on the side of her head. She said that she was shocked when he did that for the first time he hit her. And this happened somewhere around 2007, 2008. Then in January of 2009, they were at Ace of Diamonds in Los Angeles. Um, there was a party happening and she was drinking. She spoke to a producer about music. Diddy saw her speaking to this producer and he called her a slut. So when they got back into the SUV, she fucking punched him. She went, she punched Diddy right in the face, chat. Okay. After he punched her, after she punched him, excuse me, he got pissed. And she said that his eyes like turned black. Okay. And he basically threw her into the floorboard of the SUV and he started stomping on her head. Okay. And she was putting her hands to cover herself while he stomped on her. And she said that he was beating her for like damn near 10 minutes on the whole ride back. Okay. Um, she got out and ran when they got to the house, and security chased her, grabbed her, and brought her back to the house. She went to the basement to look at herself, and her whole body was bruised up with knots and bloody black eyes, all that stuff, bruising scars, everything. So Diddy went downstairs to see her. He had calmed down at this point, and he sent her to the hotel. Okay, he sent her to another hotel. I think it was called the London Hotel in L.A., where she can stay there for a few days. And he said that nobody can see her. He sent her there with one assistant and one guard. Um, So when she went to the London hotel, an assistant named Genevieve brought her ice cream. She said she wanted to go home, but Diddy said no. She was allowed to leave and go to the studio with Diddy later on. But that was pretty much it. Her and Diddy met up at the studio a few days later. She went to Chow. Okay. Oh yeah, they went to. Okay, so they went to a recording studio. She still had bruising, bloodshot eyes, but she wore sunglasses when she met with Diddy at the music studio. So he met with her a couple of days at the studio, but he wouldn't let her go anywhere else. And this is kind of a theme, guys, with Diddy. Anytime he beats her, and she gets bruised up, he pretty much puts her in a hotel for a few days, and she can't leave. That's like kind of the MO here. Anytime he beats her. So yeah, wild stuff. Yeah, video is way better. Guys, do me a favor, like the video, man. Every time the video quality goes down, I'm just gonna reset the fucking Rumble Studio thing. We're live on Fresh and Fit as well. We're live on Myron Gaines. We're live on Fresh and Fit. So we're cooking on all angles right now. We got what 4,000 plus you guys watching right now between all the different platforms. Well, welcome. Shout out to all you guys watching on Fresh and Fit as well. Okay, so let me go back. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. And I'll check the chats after, guys. I'll read all the super chats after, just so I risk don't like not messing anything up. Um, but I'm just like monitoring the stream from here right now. All right, cool. All right. Okay. So she stayed with a girl named Mila at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Her and her friends went to a Prince party. Okay, so Prince was having a performance, a rare performance in his basement, and he invited a bunch of people, and Cassie got invited, and she wanted to go. So she went, and she didn't tell Diddy, right? So she goes to this, she goes to his house for this performance, and when she goes in there, she sees a bunch of executives at BET, from BET, a lot of famous people and stuff like that, and then she sees Diddy there, and she sees Diddy, he kind of sees her, and she runs out of there, right? Because she didn't ask for permission. She knew he was gonna say no, and she ran out of there. And when she left, Mila left with her. She got in a fight with Diddy. Because of this, got bruising and scars. Then we get into the Kid Cudi stuff. Okay, so this is gonna get crazy here, right? So Kid Cudi, his real name is Scott Ramon Zaguro Mescudi, Kid Cudi. We're gonna call him Kid Cudi, but during the course of the testimony, they called him Scott. But then she ended up getting into a relationship with Kid Cudi. Okay, and this becomes the Kid Cudi chapter. Look, before we get into Kid Cudi, I need y'all ninjas to like the video. We need to hit 2,500 likes. We're only at 1.2K. I'm doing this stream for you guys despite the technical difficulties. We fixed the technical difficulties. Like the goddamn video. Let's get to 2,000 likes. We're at 1.2. Let's get to 2,000 on Myron Gaines X, guys. Let's get to 2,000, and I'll keep going. Get to 2,000 likes, ninjas. Let's go. We're 1.3. If you're watching on Fresh Event, open up a tab. I'll open it up on Myron Gaines X. Like the video. Let's get to 2,000. Because then we're gonna get into the Kid Cudi chapter right now. What are we at? We're at 1.4. Come on, guys. 2,000, my ninjas. 2,000. Should be easy enough. We're at 1.5. Almost there, ninjas. Got almost 40,000 you guys in here. Let me check the battery on the phone. Make sure don't die on us like last time. All right, we got plenty of battery. All right, we're at 1-6, guys. Come on, ninjas. This should be easy. 400 more. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button, ninjas. Bros are saying you're going bald, homie. No, guys, I just got grays. Come on, be honest with you guys. I just got a lot of grays, man. What are we at? We're on 1-6, guys. Come on, man. 2,000, bro. Should not be so hard, man. If you're watching on Rumble, open up another tab, ninjas. If you're watching on Rumble, open up another tab, ninjas. We got 7,000 you guys watching on Rumble. We got 7,000. Yeah, we got over 10,000 you guys in here, by the way. Yeah, we got well over 10,000 people in here. We got 7,000 plus on Rumble. We got another 1K on mine. We got another 3 on YouTube, and then another. Yeah, bro, we got like over 10,000 people watching right now. Shout out to all you ninjas, man. Love y'all. All right, we're almost there. We're at 1-7, chat. We're at 1-7. 1-8. 200 more. Then we're gonna get into the Kid Cudi chapter. But yeah, we got 11,000, 12,000 you guys in here watching live right now. No bots, baby. I will tell you guys this funny story while we wait to get to 2,000. So a couple of the agents recognized me, chat. Because obviously, they just, everyone remembers shit. So everyone knew that I was like the guy that left, resigned from HSI to, pursue a YouTube career and shit like that. So a bunch of them were showing me love. It was really cool to connect with them. A couple of them, I was chatting it up. One of the Marshals guys knew who I was. That was there. He was a Palestinian guy. Shout out to him. It was, oh, Byron, you still on the job, bro? What are you doing here? I was like, no, man, I'm still doing a podcast and stuff. So me and him talked a little bit, and then a couple of the HSI guys. One of them, I think I worked with him before. He came right up to me, and we're chopping it up, and I was telling him how what ended up happening, why I ended up leaving or whatever. And they were telling me about the case and everything. I was like, hey man, this is because guys, this is a huge case. This is the biggest hip hop case ever, and the fact that HSI is running it is a big deal. And I was telling them, I was like, guys, you guys got to do better fucking marketing. I can't be the only person that's out here saying this is an HSI case. Everyone thinks it's FBI, and they're like, yeah, I know, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, you guys got to get better PR. Like, goddamn. Like, I shouldn't be the one explaining to people what HSI is, what the mission is, what type of cases you guys investigate. Like, fuck, man. So yeah, bro, yo, HSI PR, the director, my old boss, Anthony Salisbury. I'm calling you out, bro. Come on, man. You guys gotta have better marketing. If you guys need me to go ahead and consult with y'all, I'll do it. But this is ridiculous that people think that these are FBI cases when they're not. HSI needs way better marketing. And Tony Salisbury used to be he was my special agent in charge. He was my boss when I was in Miami. Now I think he's like the EAD, executive associate director. So he's like one of the top guys over HSI now. So dude, we got to get the marketing better. We got to get the fucking marketing better. I want the agency to win. You know what I mean? So yeah, better marketing, man. Let's see here. What are we at? We're 1.9. Smash that like button, ninjas. Anyway, let's keep going. So, 100 more likes, guys. But it was cool to meet some of the guys there, see some of the HSI agents, because they knew who I was. They knew I was the guy that left. Because guys, nobody leaves the government to do entrepreneurship. Nobody does that shit. You're talking about a 6-figure job, take-home car, great career. Many ways to move up, fun job. No one leaves that job. So like the fact that I left, like a lot of people in the agency know, like, oh, that's the guy that left for YouTube. You know what I mean? Nobody does that shit. So that's like my reputation. So people, when they saw me there, they were like surprised, but they were super professional, super nice. Um, you know, it was good to see that HSI is running a big case like this, and they did a fantastic job of running this case, guys. Because a case this big, of this magnitude, oh man, we're talking about an enormous amount, tremendous amount of resources to bring this thing to prosecution, and then going to trial, guys. I've been to trial before. Going to trial is not fun, guys. This is why most of the time they plead out. Okay, 90+% of cases plead out because going to trial is so taxing and burdensome on all parties, on the defense and on the prosecution, because you have to prepare, right? You got to prepare the witnesses, you got to bring them in. If you got a high profile witness like Cassie, you got to provide protection. You got to bring them to and from sometimes. So an enormous amount of coordination was done, but they did a great job, right? I got to give them credit. Southern District of New York, HSI, this is me putting my agent hat back on, looking and seeing how they were running things. They did a really good job. They did a really good job. But anyway, let's keep going. So Kid Cudi, right? So basically, she started dating Kid Cudi in 2011, December. She didn't tell Cudi about it. Oh, academics called me on FaceTime. Yeah, I'll join real quick. Yo, what up? I'm live right now.
Yo,
Yo, what up, man?
Myron. Yo, two things. First of all,
Yeah, sure.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I'm live and I'm watching you.
All right.
Second of all, bro, could you please just go use my studio, bro? Like, I was waiting for your up. Yo, I have a producer there. You could go there, no technical issues. Go use my studio, my guy.
I didn't know I could, bro. I didn't know I could.
Bro, all you have to tell me, I'm being there at this time. I'll give you the address. It's 5 minutes from Times Square. Go use my studio.
Oh shit! I didn't know that, bro.
Bro, you could have been there. Yo, we could even give you your, because I know how you like to run your own streams. We could have gave your own shit where like you run your streams like you're in Miami, bro. Like, please, just go use my studio. I stream from the crib.
Yeah.
But yo, you've always given me you've been so great to me in Miami. Please go use my studios. I have 3 studios.
Here, I'm gonna say, guys, say what up to academics, guys. I got him on FaceTime right now. I appreciate that, man. And I'm sorry, bro. I know everyone's mad at me right now. Like, yo, what the fuck?
I'm watching you right now. Mike, I'm telling you, I don't care how long you're here. I don't care what time it is. Just tell me how. Bro, you're my guy. First of all, it's a studio I rent out.
I didn't even know you had it, bro. I didn't even know you had it.
Bro, I'll give you a fucking key. It doesn't matter. You could just go, log into the computer, and set up a stream.
All right, I'll do that from now on. I apologize to you and everybody else that's watching. Bro, it's so bad. Academics call me, man. It's so bad.
No. I'm watching you, and yo, let me tell you this. You're giving like I was watching you, and I said, yo, Myron's giving. Yo, I've been this whole time. I'm clicking on 50 other people's things because I'm at the crib.
Yeah.
I'm in Jersey. I'm at the crib, and I'm like, we don't have a breakdown of who's in the jury pool. Of course, my man Myron, my man with a notepad, knows who's in the jury. And I'm like, bro, he shouldn't have internet problems. You could go to my studio.
How about this, bro? How about me and you sit down and do a stream tomorrow at like 5:30?
Well, remember, tomorrow's my show. Anytime after.
Okay.
Tomorrow's my show. 7.
How about we just go live on your shit tomorrow then?
So I'm doing the live show tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Friday or anytime else. But also, like, I want you to, like, first of all, bro, when I come to Miami, you guys make me feel so comfortable.
Oh yeah, bro, you already know.
I want when you're here, you should feel comfortable. Use all of my resources. Just tell me, act. I'll tell you the address. Be like, act. I'm coming here. You could say I'm going to be streaming for 8 hours. I don't give up.
All right. Cool. I just didn't know. I honestly didn't even know you had it, bro. I know you got a good studio in your house and shit, but like I didn't want to crowd or be a dick or anything.
Well, the other studio that we did the interview with Brittany Renner, so that's the off the record space. We have another space, bro. Just come on, dog.
All right. I'll use it. I'll use it tomorrow. I'll use it tomorrow.
Put like this. You realize that my biggest interviews on off the record, I use your space.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah.
Use my shit, bro. Like, it's all good, bro. Bro, listen, I pay 15 bands a month for all this shit. Yeah. Whether I go there or not, I barely go there.
Okay. All right.
And I pay employees. So, like,
cool.
Dog, just give me a time. I have somebody.
I'll be there tomorrow at like 5:30 then, if that's cool with you.
I bet. We'll do it.
All right, cool. Okay. Yeah, man. I appreciate that. And Is there anything you want to ask me, bro? Since you're on stream right now, you want anything you want to ask me about what went down today?
You're doing no. I'm watching you live. You're doing a great breakdown because you're explaining everything sequentially. You know, this whole time with this Fed case, and by the way, you know, obviously, so my podcast, the live podcast is tomorrow.
Yeah.
My birthday's in 2 days, but after that, you know, that's when I want to tap in with you because I do want to go to like, how do you get into the court?
Oh man, dude, it's a nightmare, bro. I only got in today. I only got in to see Diddy today.
Really?
Today is the only day I saw Diddy. The other 2 days, you have to go to the adjacent courts, bro. It's a pain in the ass. You either got to pay a sitter or like kind of know somebody, which I did get a hookup today, because some people recognize me. But yeah, bro, it's a pain in the ass. And for me, I want to get in there because I went in there, bro, and I knew exactly who was who. I knew who the AUSAs were. I knew who the agents were. I knew who the marshals were. So that's why I wanted to get in there so I can identify shit and figure out who's in there. That's why I wanted to. But like honestly, after today, if I don't get in there again, I'm not gonna like, it's not gonna the end of the world. But the biggest thing for me was being able to get in there and figure out who is who. I know who the case agent is now. They got him off to the side and shit. Cause honestly, bro, the case agent is like the most important person. I gotta shake that nigga's hand. Like that's the person that really put everything together. But nobody knows that type of stuff unless you're on the job.
All right, you're not leaving New York City without number one, me and you doing a whole bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of people here, and I feel like
Yeah, we need to do a sit down, bro, on this shit, man. Cause I got so much notes. Oh shit, I'm losing you here. I'm losing you here, Ak. I don't know if your connection or mine. I'm losing you here. I think I lost Ak. God damn it, I think I lost him. Oh, yeah, okay, I got you now.
Yeah. So we got to get this going on. I don't know how long you plan to stay here.
I was gonna leave. I was gonna leave like Sunday or Monday, but if you want to do something, we could do something this weekend or whatever.
After tomorrow night, first of all, I need you to show tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll show up tomorrow.
And I told all these motherfuckers, Myron's my guy. I love Myron. I'll put extra security. I don't care if none of y'all niggas like it. That's my man. So I rock who I rock with.
No, I'm all right, bro. You don't got to get extra security for me, bro. I'll be all right.
No. You my guy. Anyway, beyond that, I just want you to use my studio, bro, because, yo, I'm going to be honest with you. Bro, I remember panicking in New York City. In Miami. Bro, I shot the first 6ix9ine and Wack podcast. It went crazy. Bro, I signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify, and you were the person that shot our kickoff episode. Do you know what that means, bro?
Hey, bro, that's just good for me. If that helped you, that's all I give a fuck about. That's all I care about.
But just like how you're loyal, I'm loyal too. You're not gonna come to New York City and stream in a fucking motherfucking hotel. You're gonna go use my studio.
I appreciate that, Act.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have my guy make an account on our computers that you could even, if you want to just be there by yourselves and stream it, because I know you, or somebody can set it up for you. You could do you on a regular, but you could do it in a very not only safe place, but you could do it in a place where number one, it's a professional. It's our studio.
I appreciate that, man, greatly, bro. Because and I'm glad that I didn't even know that led to the Spotify deal, and locking it in. But bro, as long as if I help my friends, that's all I care about, bro. As long as you got a big W out of it, make some money, that's all I care about. That's a W for me,
bro. I got the big Spotify deal, and then we need a big kickoff episode. 6ix9ine hit me up. We said, okay, me, 6ix9ine, and Wack. We had to do it in Miami. Shout out to Fresh. I love Fresh.
Yep.
You're covering up logos. What I'm saying is that you're in New York City now. I'm a loyal nigga, just like how you're a loyal nigga. I need you to use my studio, bro.
I'll use it tomorrow, 5:30. I'll use it tomorrow, 5:30, and then we need to do something. I'll go tomorrow like 5 or 5:30 so I can make it for your thing. And then let's do something on Friday, bro. Me and you, let's do something on Friday.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, cool.
I'm still watching you, so like I'm a little bit.
Is there anything you want to ask me then? What before I hang up with you that you want to know in particular?
No, I'm gonna ask you in person.
Okay.
I'm glad you did the jury, because I was always wondering about the jury. Remember, they brought up the It starts with a B. I forgot what application where they were like, hey, the prosecutor struck 7 of 9 black people.
Oh, I can tell you why they did that.
Go ahead.
So the main reason why they struck the 7 people, I actually wrote this shit down. Give me one second, bro. I wrote down exactly why they struck them. Because the defense brought that up, like, hey, they struck 7 black people. What's up with that? But and this is how I knew the AUSA was really good, bro. Because the AUSA immediately, like, she almost knew that they were gonna do that shit. So I'll go through it with you. So they struck 7 black people. Um, a female juror. Let's see here. She knew. Okay, so the first juror they struck, she was a female juror. She knew 17 names of the witnesses and all the kids of Diddy. She also watched Making a Band. She had a fiance for 4 years that was in prison. So that was one of the jurors why they got rid of her. Second juror, they struck them for covering up that he got arrested by the police for harassing a cop back in 2010. He also had lack of candor issues. Now, lack of candor when it comes to court is a big problem. So lack of candor is basically someone that's not honest. And what ends up happening is that automatically destroys you as a character witness, and they don't want you on the jury if you have lack of candor issues. He also had domestic violence problems. That was the second juror. The third juror, ex-husband spent time in prison for murder, and her brother was arrested for drugs. Fifth juror, it was number 161. 2 brothers got arrested for felony convictions. He watched media coverage on the case. Also, he was gonna lose. He told the jury, he told the AUSAs and the defense that he was gonna lose 30% of his income, but he still wanted to be on the case. So they thought that he was trying to get a book deal or some other media shit. So they didn't bring him on because he admitted he was losing 30% of his income, but still wanted to be on the panel. Or sorry, on the jury.
Oh, okay. Hold on. And this is why I can't wait to sit down with you. So, by the way,
yeah.
So you know what people are telling me? They're saying Jane Doe. You know who they? So my stream is telling me Jane Doe.
Yep.
Because we heard her lawyer. We heard a lawyer start making some challenges because it's the big thing today was about, hey, could your lawyer really consult you while you're being cross-examined? They said my audience actually thinks that Jane Doe is 50 Cent's baby mama.
That would make sense.
And okay, let me help make the point. Because I said, well, why would somebody want to be Jane Doe but being in this trial? Because I said, if you're in this trial, you know you can write a book. A juror could write a book off this trial.
Bro, Cassie wrote a book.
Witness could absolutely write a book.
Yeah.
However, maybe you don't benefit from a book. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you have a rich baby daddy. Maybe
Uh-huh.
you have some other situations that might embarrass you. So I don't know if it's 50's baby mom who would be Daphne Joy. So do you know?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. I'll find out though who it's gonna be because she's gonna have to show up in person and testify. And I do know that Diddy, it always rubbed him wrong when 50 would make fun of him and say, "What you mean you want to take me shopping?" Remember that? So
Yeah.
that always pissed Diddy off. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did that shit. He met this woman in 2020 and she has a kid, and he paid for all her shit. So we'll see what happens. The Jane Doe, yeah, they met in 2020.
He met her in 2020. She had a kid.
Chat, yeah.
Please look up. When? No, 50's kid was born like 2 years ago.
No, but yeah, I don't know when the kid was born, but I don't know how old the child was. But I know that him and Jane Doe met in 2020. It was a newer relationship.
Oh, okay. Last thing, and then I'm gonna let you do you because I'm gonna watch you.
Yeah, no worries. Nah, but I'm glad that I'm telling you this. Hold on, let me finish with the jurors. My bad. So the 6th juror, they got rid of him for cause. He had bad English. He couldn't, and he couldn't be fair because his nephew was in a gang and he shot a cop. And then another guy had sleep apnea and he lied on the voir dire. And then another guy saw the CNN video and he thinks the victim jumped on the bandwagon and he was trying to get a deal as well. So that's why they got rid of the jurors. It wasn't because of racism. It was because of all the things I listed. And that's how I knew that the lead AUSA on this, she was sharp, bro. Because when she went through this and she systematically explained why she got rid of each one, that's when I knew. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be tough. The lead AUSA is very good, very very good.
Hey, so
She knew they were gonna do that shit, bro. She knew that they were gonna try that, and she already had the reasons why she got rid of all of them, ready to go.
We got to do the Shaq and Kobe shit. I'm telling you, it's me and you. Like culturally.
Oh, no one will touch us.
You.
No one will touch us.
You be the former fans and also knowing all this legally, it's very. Hey, yo, so hold on.
Yeah.
The idea that she attacked her.
Yeah.
After he heard she was going to OVO Fest, I did a lot of research. First of all, Drake has a whole diss song. He's hinting all about that. It's called
Yeah.
Second of all, she did go to Toronto.
She did.
Here's the thing. He went with her.
Oh, okay. No, well, I think it. Yeah. I think he did go with her, bro. Because
We found the pictures.
Because
We found everything.
Because here's the thing, bro. So let me tell you what happened. I don't know who reported on this. Like maybe they messed up or something. She admitted that the day before OVO Fest, she was packing with her friend. So she went to a gay club with this guy named Deontay and her friend, right? And they went to this gay club and they came back and she was supposed to be packing for OVO Fest, but she was asleep. So Diddy shows up at the house and she's not packed. So he's like, "What the fuck are you doing asleep? You didn't pack." And I think that's the reason why. And he started hitting her, but her friends like kind of jumped on him and stopped him from like beating her up too bad, and that's when he threw her head against the bed frame or whatever, and that's how she got the gash in her eye. So I think when he showed up to beat on her, it was because she didn't pack and she was like, you know, still tired from the party the night before. That's why I think he beat her. But yeah, I believe that he went to OVO Fest with her. I believe it.
And by the way, and I know you're like me, so like even after you get off stream, you're gonna be googling and doing, just research the shit.
Bro, just call me direct. If you got any of these questions, bro, just call me direct because you already know I'm gonna tell you what it is. But no, I think he went to OVO Fest with her. I believe you. I agree.
No, you're right. No, we looked all this up. Yo, I'll say this last thing.
Because the reason he whooped her ass is because she didn't pack, bro. The reason she admitted it, she said the reason why he whooped her ass is because she didn't pack. So the only reason he would care that she didn't pack is because he was going with her.
Okay, perfect. What ended up happening? Remember, Drake fought with Diddy.
Yeah.
Now we're realizing Lil Duval spread a rumor back then that it was about Cassie. Here's the interesting part about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Drake apparently was luring her with the same type of promise. There was a rumor floating around back then saying Drake wanted to sign her as like the first lady to OVO. Remember, this entire thing is she's realizing at this point, this is like at least after 2011, 2012, she hasn't had a hit in years.
Yeah.
She now feels like Diddy wants me for these freak offs. Then she hears the hottest rapper in the game wants to sign her.
Yep.
It's the same game. He is offering to sign her, but really he probably just wants to fuck her.
Yeah.
So she's desperate to go to OVO Fest. He tags along, but he's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Shit ends up going left. Eventually, him and Drake get into it supposedly over beat, but she's always the backdrop. Anyway, a lot of drama.
Yeah, no, bro. And I'm looking here at my notes. She went to Abby. So she went to a gay club called Abby with Mia and Deontay, and they were supposed to be packing for OVO Fest that night or the day after. And that's when he showed up and he attacked her because she wasn't packed up. And then she took a and then the government actually showed a picture of her at OVO Fest with French Montana, and she had a hairstyle that was covering the side of her face because she had a gash on her eye because he hit her head against the bed frame, and she had a very deep gash. They showed it on the screen. It was government evidence as well.
Yeah, man, crazy. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna let you get back to doing what you're doing. I'm watching a little bit what you're doing. I'm about to get off stream. Tomorrow, let's pop up to my event. Me and you were gonna do some streams, and please, I know. Listen,
I'll be there tomorrow at 5:30 or 5:30. I'll be there at your studio.
Okay. Remember, if you're in New York City, you can use my studio, please.
All right, I'll do that from now on. And I appreciate you offering me that, bro. And yo, if you got any questions on this shit, bro, just text me. You already know I'm not gonna withhold info from you. I'm gonna tell you everything I got. You know, because people are being gay, bro. Like some people are like, I can see people like cutting in line, people not sharing info, people being weird about this shit, bro. So like whatever you need, dude, I'm right there. I'm taking notes and shit. So I'll answer whatever you need. Because some people won't share with you, bro. It's weird how niggas are moving with this.
That's what Martin, you my man. Again, use one of my studios. Please, as long as you're in New York City, just hit me, give me a time. I'll make sure that shit is opened up. I'll make sure that shit is all ready for you. I appreciate you so much. All right. Thank you, my guy.
No worries, bro. I'll talk to you. All right, peace. Later. Big Ack himself, guys. Big Ack himself. I wish I had a Don DeMarco button to hit it. But yeah, I will use the studio tomorrow, chat. I will use the studio tomorrow, man.
No worries, bro.
The fact that he called in and said, "Hey, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta use my shit." So yeah. Anyway, let me double check, make sure the battery's still good here. Uh, all right. So we got okay. We go. We still got a lot of battery to go. All right. So let's keep going, guys. At we're at Kid Cudi. All right. So Kid Cudi, and guys, like the video for me, guys. Let's get to 3,000 likes. We're at 2.2, and I'll be streaming from tomorrow from Spot. So gracious of him to allow me to do so. So she gets into a relationship with Cudi in 2011, December. She didn't tell Diddy about Cudi, obviously. Diddy found out about Cudi though because he saw emails of her going back with one of his assistants, Capricorn Clark. That's how Diddy was able to figure out that she was in a relationship with Cudi during a freak off, and he found out during a freak off actually. So Diddy found out about it and took a wine opener, okay, like the corkscrew thing, and he put it between his knuckles, and he was gonna hit her, and she ran. So this is actually one of the times that she ran from a freak off. A second time she ran from a freak off that we know. So she ran from a freak off on March 5th, 2016, at the Intercontinental Hotel, as we know with the CNN video, and then she ran away again at this freak off when he found out about her getting involved with Kid Cudi somewhere in 2011. Um, she got to a hotel and she called Cudi. She said she called him from her burner phone, um, and he picked her up. And she went to his house in the hills after that. She later went to Diddy's house. She went to his bedroom, and he threatened to hurt her and Cudi. And he also said that uh, he also threatened to release the freak off videos. So after this all happened, she met up with Diddy again, right, to kind of make peace of this situation because at this point the cat was out the bag with her and Cudi. Um, and she went to his bedroom. This was in L.A. and he threatened to beat her up and Cudi, hurt both of them, and release the videos. And then when she was leaving, Diddy kicked her in the back. Nigga gave her the fucking Spartan kick and kicked her in the back. Okay, and she got a bruise there. All right. So um, she went back to her hotel room. Everything was destroyed. There was pee all over the place, poop in her toilet, clothes were thrown all over the place, and her furniture was flipped. Also, Cudi's car basically got fucked up, like arsoned. Okay. Um, she sent an email to her mom and Capricorn on December 23rd, 2011. She sent the email from Veronica Bang. As you guys know, Veronica Bang is one of her aliases. Um, and she said Diddy's going to release the sex videos, hurt her, Kid Cudi, and he'll be out the country when it happens. So basically, he threatened her and said that not only would he hurt her and Kid Cudi, but he would hurt them, and he wouldn't be in the country, so it wouldn't be connected to him, which is probably one of the worst things that you could do if you want to hurt somebody and not have it be connected to you. But whatever, the diddler, right? Then remember how he sparring kicked her in the back and she had bruising? When she went home to her mom took pictures of the bruising. They actually showed the bruising. So the kick to the back, it was on her lower left hand side, like over here, right above the buttocks. There was a bruise there. They showed that picture up on the government exhibit, and there was bruising on her thigh. They showed that as a government exhibit as well. That was all evidence. Um, so this is her. This is when she went back to her home in Connecticut. As you guys know, she's from New London, Connecticut. She went home. She told her mom about the beatings. The mom took the photos. She was really pissed off, and they documented it. After the Connecticut holidays, she went to Arizona to go see Diddy, but she lied to her parents or to her mom and said that she was going to LA to work. But the reality, she went to Arizona to meet up with Diddy. She didn't want to disappoint her family. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. The defense is gonna absolutely go after her for a lot of this shit, chat. Okay, they're gonna absolutely go after her for she went and met up with Diddy after he beat her, after these beatings, after the Kid Cudi shit, after the threatening, after giving her a Spartan kick, and she met up with him in Arizona after the fact. Okay, um, she also admitted that she saw Cudi at the Soho House. Her, Cudi, and Diddy met at the Soho House. The meeting was to discuss the relationship. Cudi asked about his vehicle, and Diddy said, "What vehicle?" Bro. So Diddy arranges a sit down were her, him, and Cuddy at the Soho House, right? I think it was in LA. Um, and it was to discuss the relationship. Obviously, he knew the gig about, you know, what was going on between him and her. And basically, you know, he kind of just told her he told them without telling them, like, hey, I run shit. And Cuddy literally asked him about his car, and Diddy was like, what car? I can just imagine him sitting at the table. Yeah, take that, take that, take that, Cuddy. Um, anyway, then they went on a trip to Jamaica. He gave her a black eye over there. They showed a photo in the courtroom of her with sunglasses, but you can see the black eye behind her sunglasses. She was in Kingston, Jamaica, partying with them. September 18, 2018, she was recovering from the black eye and bruising from a beating she took in Vegas. She got beat up in the bathroom when she tried to run away. She said that D-Rock saw the beating, saw her getting beat up and stopped it. When he saw her, he teared up. As you guys know, D-Rock was one of Diddy's longtime security guards, and he witnessed the beating, and he teared up when he saw that. She said that she had black eyes, golf ball knots, bruises all over the place. This is when she got beat in Vegas on or about September 18, 2013. Or no, she had a photo that she took. She took a photo September 28th. On September 18, 2013, she took a photo of herself after the beating, so it happened days before. But on September 14, 2018, uh, she stayed at her friend's house in California to recover. Um, and she took a photo on September 14, 2018 of her face on or about that day. And Diddy told her when she sent him the photo, because she sent him a photo of her face all fucked up. He said, and she was staying at the house at his LA house, and his son was there. He said, "You better not let my son see you like that. Don't let my son see you like that. Put some makeup on." And she stayed at Diddy's house for about a week. So he was a bit more concerned with his son not seeing her beat up than her. There were more assaults, uh, and there were more than the ones that discussed in court. The AUSA asked her, "Hey, are these all the times you were assaulted?" And she said, "No, there were more times that she was assaulted besides the ones that we discussed in court." So crazy stuff, chat. Crazy, crazy stuff. Um, Let me see here, guys. Like the video, by the way. We got how many of y'all ninjas watching right now? Let me look. We got 5,000 plus of you guys on Rumble, on Fresh and Fit. We got a bunch of you guys watching on YouTube from Iron Gains X. We're splitting the love, baby. We're splitting the love. We're all over the place. Fresh and Fit, we got how many of you guys in here? We got like another 1.5 on Fresh and Fit. So like the video on Myron Gaines X, guys. Like the video on Myron Gaines X. Support the channel. Support, but like it on Fresh and Fit and on Myron Gaines X, my guys. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see here. Okay, so she said that Diddy was violent with assistants as well. She saw Diddy punch Eli in the head. Eli was one of his assistants. She said she saw Diddy drag Mia during a trip to Turks and Caicos. He basically tried to get her phone. She resisted, and he dragged her outside of her bed and her room. So yeah, crazy stuff. Hold on, let me make sure. Check that everything is good here. Hold on, ninjas. Okay, I see we're still good. Okay, we're still good. It looks like. All right, cool. I'll read the chats after, guys. So get your chats in now. I'll read the chats after. Okay. Okay. So then the government shared a photo of Bona. Okay, Bona or Bona. She's a blue-haired Asian. Okay. Cassie said she saw Bona and Diddy grabbing her. Saw him hold her over a balcony and then he threw her on the side. So she's still friends with Bona to this day. So Cassie, guys, she is the witness, as you guys remember, because I talked about this before. when Diddy allegedly held the girl up over a balcony or whatever, and a witness saw it. Cassie was the witness that saw it, and she confirmed that today on the stand that she saw Diddy hold her over the balcony and then he threw her off to the side. After that, Asian woman, probably smaller in stature, crazy stuff. She said, and then the prosecution asked her about her best friend Carrie. As you guys mentioned, I mentioned before, Carrie Morgan, I think is her name. She said that she's no longer friends with Carrie Morgan. They got into an altercation after a fight with Diddy because she got in an altercation with Diddy. Diddy came in, saw they were gonna do drugs, and Diddy hit. Did he hit Carrie? Yeah, I think Carrie hit he either hit Carrie or he hit Cassie with a wooden hanger. And they're best friends for 17 years, but they're not friends anymore. So yeah, I think Diddy hit Cassie with a wooden hanger, or he might have hit Carrie Morgan. I don't know, but she basically Carrie didn't like that Cassie wouldn't leave Diddy, and when Diddy came in and saw them doing drugs, he flipped out. She's but interestingly enough, Diddy also did drugs. She said she admits that she saw Diddy do MDMA, ketamine, cocaine, weed, GHB, and ecstasy. He got it from drug dealers. She remembers one of the drug dealers' name was OnStop. I think it was OnStop. She kind of mumbled it, guys, so I don't know if that's the name of the dealer's name, but that's what it sounded like to me when I heard it. Um, and then the prosecutor asked her, where did he keep the drugs? She said that he kept the drugs in say in a safe medicine bag, which the medicine bag was a Louis Vuitton bag that he used to keep his drugs, which I think they ended up finding one of these medicine bags, quote unquote, in his Louis Vuitton bag. Um, Cassie was taking Xanax and Valium every day. She first took opiates at 19 years old for when her wisdom teeth was removed because the prosecutor asked her when was the first time she took opiates. Um, and she was Percocet and Oxy almost every day when she was with Diddy. Her and Diddy would take opiates together. Diddy had doctors write prescriptions for them, and they would use different names and assistants. So basically, as you guys know, opiates are heavily regulated in the United States, especially now. Um, you know, it's a lot harder to get them now than back then. But even back then, if you got a prescription of Percocets or Oxy, you had a certain amount of refills that you can get. So what ended up happening was Diddy knew doctors, and the doctors would write different prescriptions for different people so they can keep getting the prescription drugs. So he had to connect with a doctor. The prosecutor did not ask her about the doctor though, which I'm kind of interested about. If I was an agent, I'd follow up on that doctor. I'd arrest him. But anyway, that's a whole other conversation. Um, she heavily depended on drugs back then. She stopped drug use in 2022, and she's been clean since. She said. Um, Cassie got into a fight. She mentioned how she got into a fight at her brother's birthday back in Connecticut. She beat up a girl for taking a pic of her. She kept a knife as a wedge to keep the door closed whenever she was afraid of Diddy. And the government showed an exhibit of this. It was a knife wedging the door closed. And she said that she kept it that way not only to keep Diddy out with the door being wedged and closed open, closed off, but also she had the knife there so she could use it as a weapon. She broke up with Diddy because he was seen with a girl that she didn't like in roughly 2017 or 2018. She was seeing her husband Alex, but met up with Diddy in Malibu, California for dinner, and then they went home together after. At this point, when she went home with him, she said that Diddy raped her. Okay, she said it was fast. She said his eyes looked black. She cried, but she doesn't think that Diddy noticed. But he continued and he finished inside of her. He got up after and left. Okay, so that was tough. I will say that her husband was not in the room when in the courtroom when because I looked over to see if he was there and he was not there during this part of the testimony, which I thought was very interesting. Is this shit frozen? Hold on. Chat, give me O slash that everything is okay. Give me O slash that the video and the audio is still okay. Give me O slash that everything is still okay, guys. Okay, cool. Video quality is still good, guys? Video quality is still good? I don't want to drop it off again. If it drops off again, chat, I'm gonna fucking close the Rumble Studio and open it back up. So let me know if the video is still good for you guys. I'm monitoring it on my phone, but I'm not like using Wi-Fi on this phone. I'm using Wi-Fi only on the streaming phone. Video still good? Okay, awesome. All right. Yeah, guys. Yeah. So now, mind you, they had been broken up, and she was seeing her husband Alex at this point, and I guess they had dinner in Malibu. He was charming. That's what she's saying. And then they went home together after. And she said that he raped her in her living room, or in the living room. He raped her. Um, and it was quick. He came inside her, and he just got up and left after. Now, the prosecutor asked her this question after, which is very interesting, and I know that the defense is going to hammer her on this tomorrow. They asked her if she was intimate with Diddy again after he raped her. And she said yes. She did say yes. The prosecutor asked, were you intimate with Diddy after the rape? And she said yes. And they went to dinner again, and they hung out again after that. So I know that the defense is gonna absolutely beat her up on that tomorrow. Now, I could see, guys, that the prosecution kind of got out ahead of this, right? So I noticed during the testimony, there was like text message in there that kind of like made Diddy look good. Like, for example, she sent a text message to Diddy saying, like, Happy Father's Day, I love you so much, you're a great man, you're a great father, etc. Now, mind you, this text message was like in the middle of text messages where they're fighting with each other, or setting up freak offs or whatever. So obviously the prosecution has to deal with that because that text message is in there in the middle of all their evidence. So they kind of have to get in front of it and talk about it. And then in this case, she alleges that she got raped by him in one instance. Then after the fact, she met with him and they hooked up after, and it was consensual. So I anticipate that the prosecution is bringing this up now, getting ahead of it because they know that on cross they're going to absolutely go after her on this stuff. So prosecution is kind of getting ahead of it, and you can't really avoid it. Kind of like how the defense, I told you guys yesterday, the defense kind of had to when they gave their, or not yesterday, but the day before, when they Diddy gave his openings, when they gave defense gave their opening statements, like they kind of made it where Diddy took accountability for being violent, for being a pervert, for them having a violent, rocky relationship. But the prosecution made sure to say, look, this is not a human trafficking case. This is a domestic violence case. This is a toxic relationship that, got out of control, but this isn't sex trafficking. This isn't any of that. They were in a loving relationship for a long period of time. They were toxic, and this was domestic violence. We're not condoning domestic violence, but we need to look at it for what it is. And the government is, having trumped up charges. That's what the prosecution was arguing. The other thing that they argued, where they made a good point on this, in my opinion, was they said, look, Diddy's taking accountability for his actions. He understands that he messed up. He understands that this is inappropriate behavior. Cassie needs to do the same. She's an adult, and so are these other victims. They're, strong women. It's funny how they use the feminism back on them. They're strong, intelligent, capable women. They need to take accountability, like how Diddy's taking accountability. Yes, he's made mistakes, but this isn't human trafficking. This is consenting adults involved in a toxic relationship, and there's domestic violence. That's what the defense was saying. And in this situation, we can kind of see glimmers here where I can see weak points where the defense is absolutely going to attack Cassie. I know they're going to definitely attack her on her seeing Diddy after the fact that she was raped. I know they're going to attack her on a text message that she sent him, saying he's a good father and he's a good man and she loves him. I know they're probably going to have some other stuff where they're going to attack her where, maybe Diddy was trying to break up with her and she said, no, don't leave me. They're going to attack her on the fact that he paid for everything and she took care of her and they went on trips, and that she used drugs, and that she was promiscuous and she had sex with all these men and she was having all these other relationships without Diddy. So they're absolutely going to beat her up on this. And I'll get into this a little bit more later, towards the end. So this is what I think. Guys, let's get to 4,000 likes, ninjas. Let's get to 4,000 likes on YouTube. Do me a solid. Let's get to 4,000 likes. We got like we got like roughly 10,000 you guys in here, I think. Yeah, we got over 10,000 you guys watching the live right now between the different channels. Hey, I'm splitting the audience. I shouldn't be doing this, but whatever. Let's see here. So after the breakup, they stayed in touch. So the prosecution asked her, so after you guys finally broke up, did you guys stay in touch? She said, yeah. They had sporadic text messages every, couple of text messages, within multiple years. Since 2018, they had a few connects. It would be checking in, and what she called it would be checking in and sending love. That's what she called it. Um, he sent her a message about the iPad being full of skeletons. Diddy wanted to be reimbursed for the money he paid to her trainer, who became her husband. So Diddy did send her a message about the iPads, getting rid of them. So ironically enough, she remember how she was worried about the iPads and the freak off videos getting her in trouble. Diddy actually messaged her saying, "Hey, get rid of those iPads. There's a lot of skeletons in there." And then he also told her that she needs to pay him and reimburse him for the money that he paid to the personal trainer, who she ended up marrying later on. This guy named Alex, a white guy. So interesting stuff. Okay, I think I figured out why the video was acting bad before. I just gotta, okay, I know why now. All right. So February and March 2023, she was in trauma therapy after being wanting to self delete. She mentioned that she had self deletion thoughts in February and March of 2023. She went to trauma therapy. She was shooting a music video and she got with another artist and she got a flashback, a really bad flashback, and this is where she starts crying. So the only time she started crying, guys, during this testimony was when she started talking about the flashbacks and going to the trauma therapy. And she mentioned one story where she was trying to walk into traffic and her husband stopped her from walking into traffic and ending herself. Um, she wrote a book. Her mom helped her write it. She wanted Diddy to read the book and recognize the pain that he put her through. She put her through. She took on a lot of responsibility for Diddy to do the freak offs. She met her attorney in 2021, who was helping her with other career projects that she had, modeling gigs, etc. Um, she got they asked her because now they're going to start asking her about the lawsuit, right? Because obviously this is going to come in. So like I told you guys before, the defense is getting the prosecution is getting ahead of a lot of the things that the prosecution is more than likely going to attack her on. Okay, video's still good. Sorry guys, I'm like periodically checking the video, making sure audio is good. I can see my audio lever here, everything. Okay, so when they asked her, "Hey, how'd you come up with the number?" Because as you guys know, she sued him, and at the end of 2023 for 30 million. They asked, "Where'd you come up with the 30 million number?" She just said she kind of made it up. It was a random number that she picked, and the reason why she picked the 30 million was, in her own words, "quote unquote," it would alert him. So yeah, she picked the $30 million number randomly, and she knew that it would alert him. Because I guess because guys, keep in mind, Diddy's a billionaire. For those that don't know, Diddy's a fucking billionaire. All right, this you couldn't avoid this guy in the early 2020, in the early 2000s, too. Like from late 90s, well, in the 90s he was popular too because of Biggie Smalls, but in the early 2000s you couldn't avoid this guy, bro. He was everywhere. Um, let's see here. He came out with an album. I remember he came out with an album called "We Invented the Remix," and there was so many remixes in the early 2000s, and he did a bunch of them. But yeah, so she came up to the $30 million because it would alert him, and it was random. She's filed the lawsuit at the end of 2023. She sued Diddy, and he agreed to settle for $20 million in 24 hours. So she ended up getting $20 million, chat. She said that in open court today. Crazy. Now I see why her husband didn't leave her. God damn. I guess he's not going to get reimbursed for those fucking personal training sessions. Um, and then they asked her straight up, "Why are you testifying in this trial?" She said she can't carry the guilt. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. This is right. That's what she said, her own words. She didn't like treating the escorts as expendable either. She felt as though the escorts needed justice as well, which, some people might say that's kind of bullshit, but whatever. That's what she told the court. Um, they asked her, "How many freak offs did you have with Diddy?" She said she had hundreds of freak offs with Diddy. Then I'm gonna take a quick piss, chat. Give me 1 sec. Let me take a quick piss. I'll mute the mic real quick, because now we're gonna get into what they were arguing about after, and then I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on some stuff. So 1 second, chat. 1 sec. All right, ninjas. All right. So, okay. Now let me see here. I'll read chats last, guys. I'm gonna read chats last. I see a couple already. Hold on one sec, ninjas. Okay. All right, guys. Let's get to 3,000 likes. 3,000 likes, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about the next part, which is kind of crazy because I stayed in the courtroom a little bit longer for this, and I can already tell tomorrow's gonna be a fight, and I'll tell you guys why. So let's get to 3,000 likes. Okay, 3,000 likes. Hey, you guys want to see some? Look at some of these pictures that Angie took of Frank in New York City. This guy Frank is so goddamn handsome. So here, let me show you guys. So that's one picture, right? That's another picture of Frank. Here's another picture. Then here's another picture. Look at this nigga, man. He's a model, bro. Yo, I honestly think I should put Frank as like a dog model, man. Look at this nigga, man. He's handsome as hell. That's on the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at this. Angie took some really good pictures of this guy, man. So, and then this is them together walking on the Brooklyn Bridge. So, yeah, man, she did. So she took some really good pictures of Frank. This nigga's handsome, bro. Anyway, let's get to 3,000, guys. We're at 2.7. Let's get to 3,000, my ninjas. We're at 2.7. Let's get to 3,000. I'll talk about what we're gonna why I think tomorrow's gonna be crazy. All right, and then I'm gonna read chats, and we'll talk about some of the Tory Lane stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's get this going. 3,000, guys. Let's hit that 3,000 likes. Let's get that engagement up. We got 4,300 you guys watching right now on YouTube. We got another. Let me look here. How many guys watching on Rumble? We got 5,000 you guys watching on Rumble. So if we got 5K on Rumble for Fresh and Fit, 4.3 on YouTube on Myron Gaines X. Got like another 1.5 or something like that. Yeah, we got like 10,000 plus you guys in here. 10,000 plus you guys in here, man. You guys could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, so I'm happy for that. The only thing I ask is that you ninjas like the video, support the content. What are we at here? All right, we're at 2.8, guys. Let's go. Let's get 200 more likes, and then I'm going to talk about what we saw at the end, or what I saw at the end. Very interesting stuff, which tells me tomorrow's going to probably be one of the most explosive days tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be one of the most explosive days. I'm going to explain to you guys why. Like the video. Let's hit 3,000 likes on this bitch so I can explain. We can keep cooking. Like it, ninjas. Like it now. Like it now or else. God damn it. Like it now. We're at what are we at here? We're at 2.8. Guys, 200 more likes, man. 200 more, and we'll keep cooking. 29. All right, 100 more. Yo, we always got to get ninja. Why do we always get ninja watchers, bro? That don't like the goddamn videos, man. What the fuck? I hate y'all niggas, man. Shout out to Academics um for offering me his studio, by the way, guys. I love Act, man. That's a partnership, man, that I truly as you guys know, I treat all my friends well, man, but I truly uh cherish that, man. Pause. And I'm glad that helped. I didn't know that stuff about the Spotify deal, man. I'm really happy that like that helped, man. You know, I just want my friends to win, bro. Really is what it comes down to. I truly just want my friends to win. That's the most important thing for me, man. So um so yeah. All right, I think did we hit our number? All right, we hit it. All right, cool. Okay. So guys, um oh shit. I didn't realize that. What time is Fresh doing after hours? I see that they got a show scheduled here. Let me see here. Is he gonna have Rolo on? Oh, nice. Okay. All right, guys. So at 10:45, niggas, Rolo and Fresh, all of them are gonna do Access Vegas pretty much in Miami. It's gonna be Access Miami. So make sure to tune into that at 10:45 after this, okay, guys? So I'll keep you niggas entertained until after hours starts, or I'll go as close as I can to it. Keep you guys entertained. Okay. So let's get back to the case. Um, sorry guys, it's a one-man show, so I'm making sure that everything looks good here for y'all. Okay. So, all right. So after we went through the testimony, so that concluded Cassie's direct examination. So the prosecution spent about a day talking to Cassie just on direct. I anticipated this was going to happen because Cassie, guys, is the government's star witness. She's witness number 3. Again, let's recap everything. Right? Rewind. Witness 1, Officer Flores. Okay, he was the security guard that worked at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles that was witnessed when Cassie was assaulted. Okay, he had the video. He was the one that got the video. He was the one that witnessed everything. He's the one that put Diddy, Jules, one of the escorts, one of the main escorts they use, and Cassie in the same location. He was the one that claimed that he saw Cassie with a black eye. He was the one that he said that he heard. Did he tell Cassie that she can't leave? That's what he told on direct examination from the prosecution. Then Brian Steele, the famous lawyer who defended Young Thug, came in on cross. He said, "Hey, and he pulled up his report because this security guard, Officer Flores, I think he's an LAPD officer now, but back then he was a security guy for Intercontinental. He pulled up his report and said, hey, look, why didn't you put that Cassie had a black eye in your report? Why didn't you mention this other individual that was in the room? Why did you not mention in your report that Diddy told Cassie that she couldn't leave? But in your report, you say that Diddy told her to leave. Because in the report, guys, he wrote Diddy told her to leave. But when he did his testimony, he said Diddy told Cassie she couldn't leave. Now, Brian confronted him with a lot of these inconsistencies, and the officer basically said, well, I didn't put it because I didn't think it was pertinent. He was like, oh, so you didn't put it in that report when it was pertinent? Because mind you guys, the incident happened at 11 a.m. on March 5th, 2016, on or about 11 a.m. He wrote the report at 3 p.m. So guess what? When he wrote the report, it was fresh in his head. So he said, okay, the facts were fresh in your head back then. You didn't mention the black guy. You didn't mention the guy in the room. You didn't mention Diddy saying that she couldn't leave. But now, almost 10 years later, you're saying that all these things happen. That doesn't make sense. So he really challenged the guy's credibility. Brian Steele did a fantastic job on direct examination, or excuse me, on cross-examination. And Brian Steele, as you guys know, Young Thug's lawyer, he's the one that was there that thugged it out with Young Thug, no pun intended. And Young Thug ended up getting 15 years of probation. So Brian Steele was responsible for that, and he's a member of this this defense team, this all-star defense team. So really good direct cross-examination by Brian Steele. Then the second witness that came on was an escort by the last name of Phillips. His real name is, let me go ahead, I'll give it to y'all. His full name, because now I'm recapping everything for you guys, why this is all important. And also, I feel like I owe it to you guys to recap it because the first part was bad quality. So, what was this nigga's name? Okay. Officer Flores. Daniel Phillips was his name, chat. 41 years old. Male review stripper is his profession. Okay. Daniel Phillips. So when Daniel Phillips came on, he was government witness number 2. He talked about how Cassie hired him to be an escort. They had sex on multiple occasions. He gave the bombshell where he saw Diddy actually assault her. And the way it went down was the freak offs would be these hours long sex escapades. And he had sex with Cassie. And after that session was done, her and Diddy went in the room. When her and Diddy went in the room, Cassie came out and was working on her computer. As she's working on her computer, Diddy says, "Hey, come over here." He calls from her from the room. She's in the living room. He's in the room. He calls to her, "Hey, babe, come over here." She says, "Hold on one second. I'm on the computer. My personal information is up," which makes sense because this escort is there. They don't really know too well, right? And he was paid to stay there until the freak off was done because they would have sessions, right? And this escort would sit there just kind of in his underwear awkwardly in the couch, waiting for when they're ready for him. So apparently, this infuriates Diddy. He comes out, throws a fucking liquor bottle at Cassie, and smashes on the wall behind her, and he grabs her by the hair and drags her into the room. Now, the escort says that he didn't see anything, but he could hear slaps. Okay, so he can infer that Diddy was hitting Cassie. And then he said after that, it was very hard for him to get hard-ons after that. And he said that if he couldn't get hard-ons or if he couldn't perform, Diddy would give him pep talks and all this other shit. Kind of funny. Or well, that was Cassie that said that. But he said that he wouldn't get paid if he couldn't perform. And then one thing that stuck out was he said one time he was having sex with Cassie and Diddy told her to ejaculate in her, and he couldn't do it because obviously he had trouble with performing sometimes. So he couldn't do it. And he lied. And he said, "Yeah, I did it." And then after they did it, him and Cassie went into the room. A few minutes later, he comes back out saying, "Hey, yo, did you ejaculate in her?" And he was like, "Yeah." He lied. And he was like, and then he was like, "Okay, okay." And he was kind of like skeptical, but he knew he didn't come in her, but he didn't kind of push the issue. And then we come to find out later in Cassie's testimony, the reason why is because after they do these freak offs, Diddy goes into the room with Cassie, and she gives him the semen from the escort, and he rubs on his nipples. This came in Cassie's testimony yesterday, which will segue perfectly into Cassie. So Cassie, in the first part of her testimony, talks about the freak offs, how she was recruited to do the freak offs, how she would bring the dancers in, how she was forced to do it, how she felt trapped, and how kind of the logistics went down and some of the sexual stuff. I talked about all that in detail yesterday, and then today went into more of the violence. We documented all the incidents of her getting beat up by Diddy, black eyes, gashes in the head, him dangling people, him assaulting, assistants, security guards, punching them, smacking them, etc. Then we talked about Kid Cudi, how he threatened Kid Cudi, fucked up his car, had a meeting with him. Cudi asked him about the car. He says, "What car?" And then how, like, when she had this relationship with Cudi, he basically threatened to hurt her and Cudi for having the relationship, and they couldn't really do anything. So yeah. Okay, let me chat. Give me one sec. I can see that the quality went down a little bit. I know what to do. I'm gonna just restart the Rumble Studio. Give me one sec, chat. Let me see here. I'm gonna fix this shit right now. Bear with me, chat. And then I'm gonna get into why tomorrow's gonna be crazy. Okay, looks like the quality's still good. Chat, quality's still good, it looks like, right? Quality's fine. Okay, give me all slashes. Everything's good. All right, perfect. On my side, it was bad. Sorry. So anyway, because I'm monitoring it on my phone, chat. So so today, right? We talked yesterday was more about like the sexual stuff, her getting with the escorts, etc. Today we talked about the escorts and the sexual stuff, but it was a lot more about the violence. Today was a lot of the violence, her getting attacked. We gave multiple instances of her attacking her before the OVO vest, him stomping on her head, beating her up, whatever. Though I do want to mention that she also admitted that she would instigate fights. She punched Diddy one time. That's when he was enraged and he stomped her head in. So this was a violent relationship. Both parties were beating each other up. Okay. So that's very important to note. The other thing also that came up, what else came up? Kid Cudi, um, the freak off, she admitted that hundreds of freak offs were conducted. She talked about her drug use, how she wanted to self delete, her Diddy holding the videos over her, and yeah, and how she and then they also brought up stuff like why she sued Diddy. They brought up the lawsuit because they know that the defense is going to attack her on all this stuff tomorrow. A lot of this stuff also, guys, was the prosecution bringing up things that the defense is going to attack them on. Now, let's get into what I think is going to happen tomorrow. Why I want to talk about this. So after Cassie was done, we finished around 4:15 ish. Cassie was done with her testimony on direct from the government, right? And they were going to take a break and then bring it back, but they knew that if they did that, we would be back by 4:30. 5 o'clock is when court ends. So the judge said, you know what, let's just adjourn court now. He let the jurors go. Now I sat there and I waited because I knew that more than likely they still had to figure out some stuff, because earlier in the day they were arguing, the defense and the prosecution were arguing about um, the direct examination. Okay, now the direct examination, guys, the defense intends to attack her character, impeach her, her credibility, all this stuff, right? But since this is a case that involves sex trafficking and rape and all that other stuff, sexual assault, there's certain laws that are in place to protect victims, okay? And what the prosecution is worried about is that the defense is going to come in and they're going to not only attack her for for all the other stuff, but they're going to talk about her sex acts with other people. Okay, and this was the main focus of discussion after Cassie left and the jurors were released. Because when the jury's not there, basically the defense and the prosecution kind of argue evidence coming in, how they're going to go about things or whatever. And what the prosecution is really scared of is that they think that the defense is going to come in and they're going to uh, ask her questions about sex acts with other individuals. And the prosecution was saying that this is a 412 issue, Rule 412, which, 412 basically is supposed to be put in place to protect victims of sexual crimes, which let me double check this because you guys know me, I like to fact check everything. Okay, Rule 412, sex offense cases, the victim federal laws, rules of evidence. Okay, I was correct. It's for sex offenses. So, prohibited uses, evidence offered to prove that a victim engaged in other sexual behavior, or evidence offered to prove a victim's sexual predisposition. So, basically, they're worried that they're gonna that the defense is going to bring up other sexual partners and other sex acts with other sexual partners. The defense argued against that, saying, look, this is a sex case where infidelity is a big problem. So it has to come in. And they also mentioned how the prosecution, there was a text message that Diddy asked Cassie, who are you fucking right now? Or are you fucking with other people? Something along those lines. And or who are you fucking right now? And the prosecution was saying, hey, that's going to create prejudice to the jury because it's going to make her look bad. And she's, the violent of a sex crime, and that's what they don't want to come in, right? Because they don't want her potential promiscuity to affect the fact that she's still a sex assault a sexual assault victim. Does that make sense, Chad? And the prosecution is worried that that will negatively impact the jury. Now, the prosecution is saying, look, no, he just asked if she was uh, cheating on him. That doesn't necessarily infer that she's having sex acts with other men. Does that make sense, Chad? So the defense was saying, look, he's just trying to figure out if she's cheating, The prosecution's worried that they're going to try to use that to she's having sex with other people, sex acts, and name other men. So that's what they were going back and forth with. And basically, by 7 p.m. tonight, actually, yeah, they're already done with this. They were supposed to, the defense was supposed to give all the exhibits that they planned on presenting when they cross examine Cassie. Now, I also want to mention to you guys a lot of these exhibits are government exhibits, okay, that the defense is going to use. But the government doesn't like the fact that they're going to use these exhibits back on the government to attack her credibility and potentially link her to other men that she's having sex with and other sex acts. And they were arguing that that would violate Rule 412 of the Federal Criminal Procedure. Give me what's in the chat that all makes sense. Let me make sure you guys understand that before I move on. Oh, we got lag? All right, let me fix this. You put in the chat, guys, one, if you understand, I'm going to reset this thing here and fix it. Give me one second. I'm going to reset this. But in the meantime, put ones if that made sense from an audio standpoint. All right, guys, we back. Flip this shit. Bam. Let me know, guys, if it's good. Should be good now. I think we're back on and we're good. Checking the chat. Hopefully it's not lagging anymore. All right, give me one's chat if okay, so I see a bunch of ones in here. So that made sense when it comes to the okay, that makes sense, chat? Yeah. Give me ones if that makes sense what the defense and the prosecution are arguing about, because I'm gonna talk about what's coming up next, I think. Okay, that makes sense, chat? Okay, makes sense. All right. Now, let's get into what I think is going to happen tomorrow. So they're supposed to give these exhibits to the prosecution tonight, and then they're going to, obviously use these exhibits to question Cassie. Now, the reason why the defense is being very careful about this is because they don't want to show their cards of what they're going to ask Cassie and how they're going to cross-examine her, right? So that is why they were reluctant to give this stuff over, because the government was originally trying to get these exhibits, and what they were trying to do earlier, but they said, hell no, we're not going to give it to you because we know what you guys are trying to do. If we give it to you now, you guys are going to try to prepare your witness while you still are giving her while you guys are still on direct. So they wanted to make sure that they finish their direct examination, then they're going to do their cross examination. But again, they can do redirect. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. I anticipate all day tomorrow the defense is going to cross examine Cassie. They're absolutely going to attack her. This is what I think they're going to do. They're going to attack her on drug use. Okay. What do you remember? If you were always drunk and high and on drugs, how do we know that you're credible? They're going to attack her on drug use. They're going to attack her on being promiscuous to a degree. They're going to attack her for having all these partners. They're going to attack her for cheating. They're going to attack her for being jealous. As you guys know, Diddy had multiple girlfriends and he had multiple relationships. So they're going to attack her for that. They're going to attack her for they're going to try to catch her in lies. They're going to attack her saying that, look, was it really Diddy trafficking you when it was you that was calling the escorts and set everything up? Was it really Diddy trafficking you when you were the one responsible for setting up these freak offs? Was it really, is it really Diddy's fault when, you were living a lifestyle, you were going on trips, you were traveling everywhere, you weren't working, you claim that you were doing and making all this music and Diddy was blackballing you, but you're actually lazy. Like, they're going to go at her super hard, Chad. Super hard tomorrow, okay? Mind you, keep in mind that Diddy has an all-star cast of lawyers. So it's not like they're gonna come in and just like do the bare minimum. No, they're gonna try to end her. Okay, they're gonna hit her with low blow after low blow after low blow because their job, guys, is to show that Cassie is a lying, promiscuous drug user and not credible, and Diddy is a wealthy businessman that's being taken advantage of. Yeah, he had his problems. Yeah, he was violent. Yeah, he drank alcohol. Yeah, he abused her. However, it was not sex trafficking, it was consensual sex, and she was involved and engaged in it and even led parts of it. That's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to make this, they're going to try to take this from a sex trafficking case to a domestic violence case. That's what they're going to do. And obviously, domestic violence is a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. And the feds don't have a charge for domestic violence. So that's what they're going to try to do here. That's what I anticipate their strategy is going to be. Destroy her credibility, paint her as a drug user, paint her as promiscuous, paint her as a liar. Oh, they're also going to attack her on a lawsuit. They're going to say, look, you had a book deal. You didn't say shit about this. You left Diddy in 2018. Why did you come back 5 years later in 2023 to file a lawsuit? They're going to talk about how she didn't have money. They're going to talk about how the money started running dry. And this was all a cash grab to get him to settle. They're going to say that too. So they got a lot of angles that they're going to attack Cassie on, chat. A lot. So I'm actually very interested and very excited to hear the cross examination because obviously on direct, every witness looks great. Let's be honest here. I've been to many trials, chat. You know, the prosecution, we prepare the witnesses, we tell them what we're going to ask them, we prepare them, we get them ready. You know, trial prep is a real thing, and preparing witnesses is a real thing. They know the questions that are going to come, but what they don't know is what the defense is going to ask, and they don't know what the how to for what's going to come at cross examination. Obviously, the government prepares her to a degree. Look, they're gonna try to challenge you. They're gonna try to make you look crazy. Blah blah blah. This is what they might ask. This is what they may say. Right? They're gonna prepare her in that regard. But you know, you never know once you're actually on that stand what they're gonna ask you. So they're gonna come for her neck, man. This is a big legal team. Diddy obviously hired some of the best lawyers, so they're gonna go for her neck, and they know that Cassie is the heart of the case. If they destroy Cassie, they significantly weaken the strength of the government's case. So that's what they're gonna try to do, man. They're gonna try to show violence was coming from both sides. She had a financial incentive. There's just so many things that they're gonna attack her on, chat. So many things that they're gonna attack her on. So that's what I predict is going to happen tomorrow. And that's why the government was freaking out about this whole Rule 412 thing, where that they want to see what exhibits the defense plans to use for tomorrow, even though the government provided them with these exhibits. The government was really worried about that, chat. Really worried. They brought it up twice during the trial. They brought it up in the morning when they were talking about the porn images and the stills, and then they brought it up because they tried to get the exhibits from the defense then, and the defense said no, we're not going to give it to you, right? And the judge agreed on their side. Then they brought it up again after he dismissed the jurors. So crazy, crazy stuff, chat. Crazy, crazy stuff. Um, let's see here. Let me go through the chat now. See what you guys are saying in here. Let's look at some of these super chats. I'm going to talk about Tory Lanez and some other stuff that's going on as well. Let's see here. I don't see any super chats here. They probably came in and I missed them. Fuck. God damn it. All right. Let me look at okay, so I got Matt Murdock here. He says Matt Murdock here, Myron, should Cassie husband be sent to the shuttle room for life for being a mega sib? The Avengers want to know your thoughts. Yeah, bro, it's an L. But look, she got 20 million. Jules, Myron, can you please react to the video? No, bro, I'm not. No, man, I didn't even see. You guys want me to react to saying the Sinners video? I mean, I didn't see it, bro. Guys, I'm busy, man. I'm in New York right now. Like, um, you know, we got to make some moves, man. I didn't see his criticisms of my Pierce Morgan appearance. I did not see it. I did not see it. And to be honest with you guys, I won't be. There's just so much shit going on, bro. I'm covering a trial right now, man. So I gotta be focused on that and stuff going on. Let's see here. What else do we got? Um, right. Let's see. We've been on for 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, I think DDG is innocent. I think DDG is innocent, bro. I truly do think he's innocent. I think this girl's using this whole thing to like kind of get access to the son because I know she's very jealous and vindictive. And the best way to get access or make someone lose access to their kid is to basically all you got to do honestly is just be like, oh, um, he fucking he hit me, and they get a restraining order on him. So yeah, DDG doesn't strike me as a woman beater type. As much as me and him have our disagreements and shit, I don't think he's beating on his chick, bro. I think that's fucking cap. Let's see here. What else do we got? And yeah, I'm gonna get with academics, guys. I'll probably stream at a studio tomorrow. Let me actually let me get the address. I just messaged them asking for it. What else? Also, I should be closing on a house here very soon, chat. Um, Once I close on that deal, I'm gonna do an episode for you guys. I know you guys are wondering, Myron, you said you were gonna do an episode on commercial deal. Don't worry, I'm gonna do because I'm doing a residential deal right now. After I close this residential deal, I'm gonna do an episode for you guys where I'm gonna talk about the commercial deal and the residential deal. Just knock them out both out. I'll get my my real estate agent, my lender, get them all on a Zoom call for you guys. I probably won't get them on video. I'll just put them on voice, and we'll just talk about how we found the deals for one of the Money Mondays for you guys. So, um, so that's gonna be really good. Also, interesting thing, guys. So I found this on Twitter, right? So check this out. I see this tweet right here, right? I see this tweet. This comes from Feared Bucks. By a gentleman named. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson, I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody. Bro! Never even touched anybody. Never fired the gun. What the fuck did I tell you guys for years? I am fucking vindicated. I've been telling y'all for years, Tory did not shoot Meg the Stallion. I had feminists coming after me, people saying that I'm a fucking asshole, I'm a misogynist, I'm only defending him because it's a woman and it's a black woman and you're a dickhead, whatever. I was one of the first people to break the fucking story, chat, that the doctor said that the cuts on her foot were from lacerations. Then I also said, yo, there's no way, like from a logic standpoint, that Tory Lanez shot Meg the Stallion when it was Meg the Stallion's friend that was fist fighting her the whole fucking time. I wish I had a Don DeMarco fucking button for myself right now. Okay? Someone hit a Don DeMarco button for me. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. Bam. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss P, did not shoot at Miss P, or did not assault Miss P. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example,
There were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson.
Yep.
Even though unknown DNA was found on the gun.
And his DNA wasn't on it.
Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken?
Yep.
Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? Diddy was wearing an oatmeal sweater. I was actually in there, guys.
So, shout out to Myron Gaines updates, bro. So guys, I fucking told y'all, man, that he was innocent, bro.
Just knock him open.
I told you guys he was innocent, bro. Shit is crazy, man. Fucking wild. They need to free Tory right now, dude. Like, as you guys know, he got stabbed a bunch of times. Yes, W. Anton? Oh, Anton Daniels in here. Shout out to you, Anton. You sent a chat, bro? Hold on. Where'd you send a chat, Anton? Let me look here. Yo, guys, go check out Anton Daniels, bro. Go show him some love, guys. Anton Daniels, $500. Yo, thank you so much, Anton. I see your chat right now, bro. Thank you so much for that, bro. This is the second time you sent me a big dono like that. I appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna show the love back. I'm gonna jump. Well, I'm gonna super chat on your shit, and then also I'm gonna jump back on your streams and show some love, bro. Thank you so much. We need to get you on the show, guys. Do me a favor. Actually, hold on. Stop the fucking show. I need y'all to go show love to Anton right now. Okay, we're gonna collab coming soon. Here's his YouTube channel, Anton Daniels. Go show him some love. I'm subscribed, and then also he has Anton Daniels After Hours. Okay. Where good Nick, I like that title. That's good. That's a good title, sir. And this is his other channel that I do. I come in when he has these. I come in sometimes when he has the panels. So go check him out, guys. Go sub to him. Show him some love. He shows me hella love. We had our differences before, but we squashed them. So shout out to Anton Daniels, man. He does a lot of the stuff we do, helping y'all with Money Mondays and shit like that. So shout out to him. Thank you so much for that, bro. I really appreciate that. Anytime you guys show me love like that, it means a lot. Carmen Guetta, $50. I appreciate that. Tia Key, Myron, why do you think Cassie stayed for so long? For the drugs, the fame, fear for her life, Stockholm syndrome, or she liked all of it? Thank you for everything. Good question, Tia. I think it was a combination of everything. The power, the fame, the money, fear to a degree. And I think the defense is going to exploit that a lot, chat. I think the defense is going to exploit that a lot against her. They're going to totally attack her tomorrow, man. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. So, yeah, Anton's a real one, man. Anton, if you're still watching, bro, thank you so much. Some niggas saying glazing. Fuck you. People show me love. I'm going to show love back, bro. This whole concept of like, oh, bro, glazing. That's like some Gen Z retard shit. You young niggas don't show love to people. You don't reciprocate when people show you love, man. But yeah, go subscribe and check him out, guys. And I'm gonna be going when he's live and he does his panels. I'm gonna go on. If he does it tonight, I'll jump on. Let's see here. What else do we got? Cassie left Ryan Leslie for hypergamy. Yeah, bro. You know it. I'll be honest with y'all. This case shows a lot of red pills, man. Because here's the thing. Diddy is a sexual deviant. He's not the most attractive guy. I saw him in court today, guys. He's very short. He's very dark skinned, but he has a lot of money and power. And obviously that worked to his advantage when it came to Cassie. And you know that is a big part of the reason why she stayed with him, man. Hypergamy is real, chat. Like, again, some of you younger guys might not be familiar, but like, bro, this dude, Diddy, in the early 2000s was the fucking man. I don't think people understand that shit. Some of you guys in here, that are a bit older, you guys know, but you Gen Zers, you know, you niggas that like grew up on Future and shit, you guys don't understand. Diddy was the guy. Diddy was that dude back then, bro. He really was. Let me go in here and look at this chat here. Let's see here. I mean, I'm looking at the chat, guys. But yeah, guys, Tory needs to get released from jail fucking yesterday. For those of you that don't know, right, the reason why I showed you guys that clip is because number one, I've been telling y'all forever that Meg Thee Stallion's friend shot her ass. Number two, Tory Lanez got stabbed like 2 days ago in prison, like 10 plus times by some fucking weirdo with tattoos, okay, who has a life sentence for second degree murder, by the way. So, dude, this needs at least a retrial or something, man, because I've been saying it before. There was no reason for Tory to shoot Meg Thee Stallion. The other thing, Tory did not take the stand, okay, for multiple reasons. Number one, it would ruin his career. Number two, snitching is like a death sentence for you. And he said, fuck it, I'll just go do the time. Now, here's the problem, though. He's a green card holder, chat. Under the Trump administration, he's 1,000% going to get deported after this shit. So this is a big fucking L because now he can't even like tour in the United States. Like this is a big fucking L, man. So, you know, this just is just trash, bro. Just absolute trash. He needs to get fucking released. You guys said Diddy was the shit until 2022. Yeah, you can make that argument. Like, yeah, he had the parties. Everybody knew. And here's the thing, guys. I don't even listen to Tory Lanez music. You guys know I hate rap music now. It's degenerate bullshit. But if a man is innocent, a man is innocent. Look, me and DDG, we have our differences. But I know that this Halle chick is a fucking liar. I know she's lying. I know that she's been trying to get this guy away from his son for months. What's the easiest way to get your son away from the baby daddy so you get more time? Restraining order. Restraining order, bam. You pretty much get 100% custody. Now he can't see the kid no more, right? She probably felt some type of way because he was putting his kid on stream or his son was around other women or whatever. Women are vindictive like that, bro. But him to punch her, nah, bro. And the reason why I know he ain't beat her up, Zia told this story. Basically, Ruby Rose one time, I guess she found she found some shit, like a flight or ticket or some shit like that. He flew some girl out when they were together, and she like came up to him behind him and grabbed this chain, yanked this chain, and pulled him, and like the shit broke, right? Or I don't know if the chain broke or he fell on the floor, whatever. But the point is that she embarrassed him in front of a bunch of his friends, right? And she started mouthing all that, all this sort of shit, right? And Zia said that he wanted to hit her, but he didn't. He like restrained himself. Now in my head, I was like, all right. If this chick does, if a thot like Ruby Rose has the fucking audio gone. Hold on, chat. I think the audio went down. Hold on one sec, chat. Charge this shit up real quick. Give me 1 sec. Then just 1 sec, ninjas. All right, what's the battery at? All right, we still cooking. We still cooking with gas. Okay, y'all can still hear me? All right, cool. Cause the mic died. That's why chat. I was making sure. Yeah, the mic literally died. Audio never went out. Perfect. Okay. I'm being paranoid, guys. Like I'm really trying to keep the quality high to a degree here. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So she yanked this chain, right? She yanked this chain and embarrassed him in front of everybody. And he wanted to hit her, but he didn't. He restrained himself, right? So in my head, I'm like, all right, if he could keep himself contained when a thot like Ruby Rose, right, who's literally a whore, talentless, on OnlyFans, fucks a bunch of rappers, and she was mouthing off to him, nigga. You know how black girls get sometimes, right? And she embarrassed him in front of his friends. If he didn't punch her, bruh, he ain't punching a mermaid. Okay? Just common sense, chat. Just common sense. And again, me and Diddy G don't like each other. He said some shit about Angie that I didn't like. He was acting too cool for school when he came on the podcast, but I'll be fucking damn, bro. If I'm gonna sit here and let my personal grievances like clout my judgment. Bro, he ain't hit Hallie, bro. It's a fucking lie. She just mad because he's on stream with bitches. He has his son on stream. She don't want him on stream. She don't want him around bitches. And she basically doing this shit to make sure that she gets 100% custody, or she significantly reduces DDG's ability to see his son. It's a control mechanism, and women love to do this shit. Women love to do this shit, bro. So if he ain't punched Ruby Rose when she was mouthing off being a fucking dumbass thought that she is, I doubt he'll punch the mermaid. Anyway, moving on. Uh, Dudes are saying mermaid yeah, bro. His chick played the mermaid on Disney. Y'all didn't know? Come on, man. How do you guys not know about the mermaid? I made jokes about it all the time. The black mermaid, though, which is crazy to me, that they had a black mermaid because, bro, call me a classic guy or whatever, but for me, guys, I like my shit. I like my shit like classic. You know what I mean? Like, bro, give me a white mermaid, man. I'm not with this whole woke bullshit, man. Like, come on, bro. You know, I'm not with this woke bullshit. Let's see here. What else do we got, chat? Myron Gaines X, by the way, chat. If you guys want to say something in here, I got access to it. Masterful Mindset, $10 says, Myron, I'm born in 2004, so if you can help me understand the magnitude of the case, would this be like if Drake got convicted of these crimes? Good fucking question. Masterful Mindset, I really appreciate you asking us because you said you were born in 2004. So yeah, you don't understand the Diddy era. I would say Diddy is the functional equivalent to, damn. Chat, name some names right now of who you guys think Diddy's the functional equivalent to of artists today. Who do y'all think? Y'all think Puffy was bigger than Drake back in 2004? I don't know. Y'all think Diddy was Drake status in 2004? Khaled? Yeah. I would say Khaled would be a good one. Khaled is a good equivalent. Khaled is a good equivalent. Yeah, Khaled is a good equivalent. More than Birdman. No, chat. He's asking like who was an artist in 2000 because he was born in 2004. So he's trying to figure out an artist now. Who's an artist now that's equivalent to Diddy back in the early 2000s slash 2004 in that time when he was born. I think DJ Khaled is a fair one. And the reason why I say DJ Khaled is because DJ Khaled isn't really a rapper. Diddy wasn't a rapper either. What made Diddy so popular was he united people and he did remixes. That's what made Diddy so popular. And he was involved with everybody. Like Diddy was on like everybody's record, right? He was involved with so many people and he was on TV shows. So I would say even bigger than Khaled, but you could say Khaled is Khaled is almost like a functional equivalent, but I would say Diddy was a little bit bigger than him because Diddy was on TV too. But granted, TV ain't a thing anymore. Nobody watches TV anymore. But back then, early 2000s, people were tuned into TV because Diddy was on MTV everywhere, bro. He had multiple shows. So I would say Khaled is a good functional equivalent. Because and the reason why I say Khaled again, Khaled isn't a rapper. Diddy isn't a rapper either. Diddy had a couple songs and shit, but no one knew him for being a rapper. People knew him for being a producer, label head, finding talent, do remixes, bringing people together, dancing in music videos. networking. That's what Diddy was known for. TV, being a businessman. Like, yeah, he had songs and shit like that, and he brought people together. But that's what he was mostly known for, bringing people together. The remix. That's what DJ Khaled is now. So, yeah. Let me fix this video. I don't like the way this video looks. So give me one sec, chat. I'm gonna reopen. I'm gonna close Rumble Studio. Give me one sec, chat. I'm gonna make this shit better for you guys. Give me one sec, chat. All right. That should be. It should be good quality again now. Yo, I hate when that shit lags, bro. Um, W Act for the studio. W Anton. W Myron. W Bills. Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, I see it on screen. And that's from Q Demand 314. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that greatly. All right, I'm going through the chat right now, making sure I don't miss anything from you guys. Good question, though, Masterful Mindset. Samuel Galar says, I saw Angie and Frack earlier today at MIA Airport. Thought you were coming back. These bootleg streams ain't it. Would have said hi, but I was Ubering. No problem, bro. Bro really saw Angie and them. Let's see here. Mark, can you explain how you got into the courtroom? I got hooked up. I got hooked up by a YouTuber who I'm going to probably introduce y'all to maybe tomorrow. Um, Here, let me. Yeah, I'm gonna introduce y'all to him tomorrow. Let's see here. I'm going through the chat right now for you guys. I'm gonna stay on stream a little bit longer. I'm gonna stay on stream as close as I can to the Fresh Fit Show for you guys. Yeah, I got to hook up to get into the courtroom. I'm gonna try to get in tomorrow too, guys. Matter of fact, if I don't make it in, it's fine. But I'm gonna try. Give me one sec, chat. All right, let's see here. I'm going through looking at the chat with you guys. Let's see here. Guys, super chat in your questions. If you guys got questions or whatever, send them in now. And I'll wrap up soon. I was gonna talk Middle East, but I don't think I have time, man. I don't think I have time. Sabat says, "You remember that video in the lobby, uh, in the hotel of Diddy kicking that woman? Yeah, bro. They showed that a bunch during They showed that a bunch today during the trial. You guys are hilarious, bro. You guys are hilarious with the stuff with the chat. I can see the Rumble chat and the YouTube chat, man. Yeah, I can talk about the jurors on stream. I just told you guys like the makeup of men and women. That's it. Uh, no Womanizer Wednesday. You're looking at it right now, bro. No Womanizer Wednesday because I'm showing you guys the true Womanizer Diddy. It's Diddy Wednesday, bro. Diddy Wednesday, man. Let's see here. I'm looking at chats, make sure I didn't miss anything. Y'all roasting Sam Gallart for saying Angie at the MIA. Oh man. Okay. Let me ask these guys what time they want to start. Oh shit! I didn't even see the Fresh and Fit chats in there. Okay, I'm on the Fresh and Fit Rumble, guys. Sorry. So OK says, "Hey, if that is all of the prosecution's case, how are they going to tie it to human trafficking?" The way they're tying it to human trafficking, guys, is because what they're doing is they're saying the escorts were basically prostitutes being moved across state lines, and they're saying that Cassie was also being sex trafficked across state lines, and she was being assaulted with coercion and violence. That's what they're using. Arc Lightning. If Puppy goes to prison, how long is he looking at, and what does life look like for him once he's out? He's looking at 15 to 20 years, bro. Easy. 15 to 20 years, easy, bro. Easy. He might die in prison, chat. Like, it's literally do or die. That's why he assembled like an all-star team. I don't blame him. Get your chats in, guys. Get your questions in. Get your chats in. So I don't miss any of you ninjas. My brother's telling me to shout him out. All right, nigga, what do you want? Motherfucker. What do you want, bro? That's very Jewish behavior of you, bro. Nigga send me a text saying, shout me out, nigga. Shout you out for you. What, man? You black as hell. The hell do you want, bro? Guys, everybody roast my chat, my brother in the chat. Call him a brokey, man. Nigga want a shout out. He ain't do nothing. Nigga was supposed to pick me up on Friday, man. Oh, sorry, bro. Can't come until like 6. What the fuck? How's that gonna help me, man? Yeah, if you want to piss my brother off, call him a brokey or say that he's a Jew or he has Jewish behavior and he'll get pissed off. Call my brother a Jew. That nigga will lose his shit, bro. Ah, man. Tell him, yo, that's Jewish behavior, bro. They go get pissed. Oh, man, Riyadh, you Jew. He ain't gonna like that one. He ain't gonna like that one, man. Oh, man. He ain't gonna like that one. Okay. That's too funny. Now that is fucking funny. Oh Lord. Let's see here. I'm gonna have this tech shit figured out for you guys tomorrow. We had 20,000 watching yesterday when I didn't have any tech problems, man. So I gotta fix that shit. Get back up. Also, I didn't stream everywhere like I did on this one. This one I streamed everywhere. So, but I'll be live tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna go live earlier. I'm gonna go live at like 5:30, no later than 5:30, because I got to do the thing with academics. I won't be on long, but I'll be on um a good amount because I got to do the thing. I'm gonna go to academics party, show some love over there. All right, if we don't have any other chats, guys, I'll end the stream here soon because I do got to get to sleep, bro. I got to wake up at like 7. Nav said, "Is it your first time back in NY after a while? How you like it?" Yeah, this is my first time back in New York City for a while, bro. I have a love-hate relationship with New York City. The thing I like about it is like it's a cool city. The thing I dislike about it is that it it's dirty, bro. Everything's expensive as fuck. It's just very overrated. You know what I mean? It's like slightly better than London. If I'm being honest with you, London sucks. London is like one of the worst cities, man. One of the most overrated and worst cities in America, bro. I said in America, excuse me, in the world. See, now I'm starting to go fucking delusional. I haven't slept. Let's see here. But yeah, Control was everything, bro. Super Control. Diddy cared a lot about Control with his shit. So, RAR390 says defense cross on Cassie has to be a methodical art. They have to let her strike herself through her answers, not aggressive questions. Otherwise, they'll come off as bullying the victim of the jury. Potentially. But they're gonna come out swinging tomorrow, man. They're gonna come out swinging, which I'm actually really, again, guys. Direct cross examination is the best because that's when you get to really see what the lawyers are made out of. Like, it's nothing to like question your witness on direct. That's nothing. What really is gonna show is the cross examination. So I'm really excited to see that. I really want to see that. Really, really want to see that. Um, I guess I'll ask you again. Was Jonathan Odie on the list of escorts? He was a 2018 Trump golf course shooter, saying he was Diddy escort and Diddy planning to kill Trump. Let me double check. I don't think he was on the list though, guys. Um, mind you, what's her name? Cassie didn't know some of the escorts' names, chat, and there was a lot of them. There was a lot of escorts, so she might not even remember this guy that you guys are talking about. I'm familiar with the guy that you're talking about with the Trump golf thing when he the shooting at the golf course. Uh, but she didn't know a lot of their names, chat, which is crazy in itself. But yeah, let me give you some of the names: Ash, no name; Islander, Tommy, no name; Skylar, Jake; White Guy, no name; Greg, Jonathan, no name; Brian, Ben. And mind you, who knows if he used a different name? I know there was another guy named Punisher that she didn't know his name either. So, bro, we're talking about a bunch of escorts. A bunch. Did you get to visit that ugly statue of that fat woman in the square? No, I didn't. Let's see here if I missed any other chats. Castle Club chats? I don't have access to Castle Club chats, man, because we didn't get the. Yeah, I mean, when Bills was making the event, wouldn't let him check off Castle Club. Fucking so annoying. So sorry, Castle Club guys. I can't. I don't even have access to look at them right now, which I am not happy about. But we're gonna have this shit fixed tomorrow, for sure. Gonna have this shit fixed tomorrow. Let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything from you guys. Might be better to just go live at night, guys, because I like the lighting is better. The lighting is way better. It might be better for me to just go live at like 7 or 8 or some shit like that tomorrow. Is Brian still cooking? He only cross-examined one witness. I'd like to see him cross-examine Cassie tomorrow, though. I'd really like to see him cross-examine Cassie tomorrow. So, Oh, here's Frank playing in the park, guys. This guy just loves running and playing, man. Frank. Let's see here. All right. Rumble $20 chat. I don't see a $20 chat. Rumble. Maybe for fresh and fit. Let me look here. Make sure I didn't ignore you, ninjas. No, I don't see it here, bro. I'm going through the chats right now. I don't see it. All right, you guys are making fun of Andrea. I don't know who that is, but okay. You guys talking about Andrea in the chat? Mossad trying to kidnap Frank? Probably, bro. Probably. I don't see a $20 chat anywhere here, bro. Let me try looking on Rumble. Give me 1 sec. Let me try Myron Gaines X and try to see if I can find it here. Let me look. I'm here in the chat. I'm even on the Rumble website, bro, and I don't see it. No. I don't see it, bro. All right. What else do you guys want me to chat about before I get off here? What else do y'all niggas want me to yap? Okay, let me see here. Let me look in the chat. You guys give me your final things of what you guys want me to talk about. Any other topics you guys want me to hit before I get off this thing? Because Fresh Fit is going to start up soon. I don't have access to Castle Club, guys. I don't have access to Castle Club. Let me see if I can log in here. Let me see. Because I don't have the login information. Well, let me try. What the fuck? Oh, shit. I went into locals and I think I just went in the wrong stream. What the hell? Bruh. All right. I think I'm in the wrong one. God damn it, chat. I'm sorry, man, Castle Club, guys. I'll read y'all chats tomorrow. Because I can't even access them. I try to log into locals right now and I just like, for some odd reason, just like, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what the fuck happened just there. Um, Let me look. Yeah, Myron Gaines X right now, guys, is the best. Or talk about Derek Chauvin potential pardon. What do you think about the case so far? If you were the lead agent, would you have taken the same approach? Good question. So Charles Mice says, what do you think about the case so far? I'll be honest with y'all. Right now, there's a lot of holes in the prosecution's case right now. Mind you, guys, this thing is going to go for 6 weeks. They got a lot of witnesses. The government has a lot of witnesses. So early on, it's too hard to tell. Right now, you can make the argument, look, this is a degenerate guy that wants to have sex with his girl and pimp her out to a bunch of dudes. And they have a violent relationship, tumultuous, turbulent relationship. You can make that argument. Um, Obviously, I have a better idea, guys, tomorrow once I see cross-examination. I'll have a way better idea once I see cross-examination. But right now, I think the prosecution is doing a good job. They did really good on the direct. Um, so we'll have to see how the defense comes out on cross, because Cassie is the most important witness, guys, by far. Their case hinges on Cassie, so we'll have to see how the cross-examination goes tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a super important day. I think it's probably going to be one of the most important streams I do this tomorrow. Charles Nav says, talk about the Derek Chauvin potential pardon. I know Ben Shapiro's been pushing for Derek Chauvin to get a pardon for a minute now. Which is interesting because obviously he didn't really care about Derek Chauvin until this Israel thing came out and people started talking shit about Zionism. So I do think it's a little bit of a racial play because race politics always gets clicks and views. And right now with the Metcalf situation and Shiloh Hendricks, race is a very hot topic right now, Chad. There's a trend going on right now of black fatigue, which, I call it nigga exhaustion, be honest with y'all. And I've had it for a minute. So, I think a lot of America's waking up to it now. But yeah, bro, I mean, people are just tired of the victim mindset, man, and the victim narrative that the black community just kind of been able to exploit for a very long time. Let's just be honest. Like, niggas are tired of this shit, bro. If I'm going to be all the way honest with y'all. So that's kind of where we are now. That's what it's gotten to. So we'll see what happens. But genuinely speaking, it's only going to go down from here. Things are really tense. The only reason, because so many people are mad at Shiloh Hendricks, right, for making what'd she make, like 700, 800,000, chat? How much did she make now? I'm gonna look at the chat as you guys tell me. What did she make now, dude? She has like some stupid amount of money. Oh, you have all the local chat and Telegram? All right, awesome. Thank you so much, Jacob. I'll go through Telegram then. I'll go. Jacob for the W to all the Couch Club niggas, bro. Thank you, Jacob. Okay, so you have 775,000. That's crazy, bro. 775,000 is wild. But anyway, the reason why she made so much money, guys, is because the reason why she made so much money is because of how much money Carmelo Anthony made. Carmelo Anthony made like 500K. So they said, fuck you, we're going to support Shiloh just out of spite for you guys. Because a lot of people felt like this guy, Carmelo Anthony, killed an innocent white guy, got away with murder, got a bond. There was a bunch of outrage. He made more money than Austin Metcalf did. So people were like, all right, cool, bet. You guys want to do this? So when Shiloh Hendricks did that shit, they said, a week later, 2 weeks later, right? A couple weeks later, yeah, her shit shut up. It wasn't because people like wanted her to drop the N-bomb. No, it was because they were tired. It's because of what happened with Carmelo Anthony. That's why she got so much money. It was the middle finger to all the people that have been guilting white people. White Gil is officially dead. So I'm talking to my guy right now. He's gonna hook me up. Hold on. Let me get his channel right now. I'm gonna shout out this nigga right now. I'm gonna tell you guys who got me in. He's a new YouTuber, up and coming. Okay. Let me find his channel for you guys. I got the name. Yeah, I told him it's a small channel. I just searched, I can't find it. So we're gonna help him grow a little bit, chat, because he was the one that got me in today, um, with Diddy. So, you help me. I'm gonna show love, bro. So, let me find his channel right now for you guys real quick. You guys could show him some love. I'm gonna hop on his shit tomorrow. Um, okay. So while I wait for that chat, okay. So hold on, let me find it. Okay, here's the channel, guys. Up and coming new YouTuber. His name is Watching the World 777. It's called Watching the World. Like if you search it, it's Watching the World 777, 3 sevens. But this is him. He's been doing a lot of the clips. He's been getting like footage from outside the courthouse. He was recording this. Yo, this crazy ass nigga, bro. This guy, chat.
Sorry.
Bruh.
Oh Lord.
Blue-eyed devil. You got it coming. Bro, you see the reverse racism guy? Guys, this dude is wild. I seen him like walking around yelling and shit like that. Cops should have just arrested his dumbass for being a retard. Um Here, look, you can see the Diddy family coming out. So he's been getting like a lot of exclusive footage like that, guys. So go check him out, man. If you guys want updates on the uh on the Diddy trial, Red, he's newer YouTuber, up and coming, trying to build his channel. He helped me out. He helped me get in there, so we'll show him some love. Watching the World is the name of his channel, up and coming channel. Got to help out the homies. I'll be with him tomorrow, so he's gonna help me out with that. So shout out to Mel of Watching the World. Okay, let me read these Telegram. I'm in my Telegram right now. I'm gonna read the Council Club chats. Okay, we got with Ghost. You think they're gonna have a female attorney cross-examiner? Probably. Good question with Ghost. Probably, bro. Even though I would like to see Brian cross-examiner. Or they might take turns, but I think it's gonna be one attorney more than likely. Martin, this is everything you warned us about. Freak offs in the 20s, and now she gets a white knight, literally and figuratively. I know, bro. Crazy. Nobi says, Myron, you think Tory Lanez will get pardoned? Bro, he needs to get pardoned. This is bullshit. Your boy Lem says, here's a Don DeMarco for you, W. Myron. Fed reacts to go. I appreciate that, your boy Lem. Hoflation. Myron, did you hear about what Kelsey's bodyguard said Tory is innocent? Yes, I read that earlier. Hold on, let me check the battery on this thing, guys. Make sure the phone doesn't die on us. We just crossed the 3-hour mark. All right, we're still going strong. We crossed the 3-hour mark, but we're still going strong. JJ says, Myron, could you cover the Karen Reed case in Boston? Bro, you're like the 20th person to ask me this. Yeah, I'll cover it. I got to study it, but I'll cover it for you guys. Fitness goes, my girl told me she's been watching all these female TikTok influencers talking about the trial, and they are saying some crazy shit. I know you were there. My girl keeps believing these female journalists' reviews. Prove them wrong, Myron. They're speaking against men at the same time. What are they saying, bro? Tell me what they're saying, and I'll tell you if it's the truth or not. Christian says, how's it going, Myron? Off topic, but I'm watching the last subathon at the moment. You said you want to go to Germany and pay respects. How about if you do a Castle Club meetup educational trip? One day, my friend. Well, here's the thing. I'll be honest with y'all. I've made some comments that I might get arrested for going to Germany. Ack is a real one from Everblazer. Appreciate that, Everblazer. Kumo DTV, everyone made it seem like freak offs were sex parties involving a bunch of people. Yeah, it's no, it was just her and a couple escorts, guys. Cornell, this is everything you warned us about. Oh, no, got that before. W Act, that's a real friend. That's from Dominicano. Appreciate that. Hopeflation says, Myron, did you hear Kelsey's bodyguard came out? Meg said was lying. Yep, read that already. AH the old, if I ask you if you're a cop, you have to tell me background check. I'm confused. Martin, is a super simp in the courtroom? We are talking about Cassie's wife. I mean, husband. Yeah, he was in there, bro. He was not there, though, when she talked about the rape. $20 chat. What happened to blackmail celeb video on underage victims? Bro, no underage victims right now yet. We still have to see, but when it came to the Cassie stuff, no one was underage, chat. No one was underage. So we'll see what happens. Shout out to Josie for sending me that chat that someone sent that I missed. Shout out to all you guys. I'm glad that I was able to get the Castle Club guys chats in here. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to wrap up here in a second because they're going to start Fresh and Fit soon. Let's see here, guys. Hold on. Oh, Bill said we're waiting on me. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the stream here soon, guys. Cassie, or Josie, if you're watching, can you please raid the guys? Josie's going to raid Fresh and Fit. Guys, Fresh and Fit is going to go live here very soon. Go over there. If you're already on Rumble, stay where you're at. If you're watching on Myron Gaines X on Fresh and Fit or on YouTube or on Rumble, go watch them. They're live. Josie's gonna start rating you guys right now. I'm telling. Okay, awesome. Josie is rating. Okay, getting off now. Josie is rating. So guys, right now, go to Fresh and Fit. They're live. Okay, they are live. Or they're gonna go live right now. They're live right now. Here it is. They're live on Rumble, they're live on Rumble, live on YouTube, etc. I'm gonna get off. Josie's gonna raid. Oh, okay, can't use reshoot. Okay, I'm gonna get off. All right, guys, I'm getting off right now. I'm gonna get off right now. Raid, gonna end. Guys, go to Fresh and Fit, either on YouTube or Rumble. They're live right now. Rolo Tomasi, Michael Shortain over there. Good show. Go check it out. Love you guys. I'm going to do the trial tomorrow. I'm going to be covering it. And cross-examination tomorrow is going to be probably one of the most important episodes of this trial. Love you guys. I'm going to end the stream here. Okay, Josie rated. Awesome. Thank you, Josie. Peace out, guys.